Good morning. This is your wake up alarm. 3, 2, 1.
This is Ace and TJ 5G.
Hello, testing 1, 2, 3.
Ace. TJ. Riggins. Alexis. Tech D-Rob.
Every day.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
I'm sorry, I'm not going to be able to concentrate on the show today. I will be spending every waking moment focused on trying to find who Madonna's surgeons are. Because if I'm going to have some work done, I want it done by the best. I want it done by somebody who's going to be able to do it and not even be able to tell I've had anything done.
If you hadn't been told, would you have even really known it was her?
I don't know. Obviously, I didn't watch the Grammys because I hate all that. But I saw the pictures this morning of Sir Madonna and bless.
Yeah.
She needs to go to the hospital.
Go to the hospital?
Yeah, that's got to be some sort of a mental hang-up, some sort of an issue she needs worked out.
Yeah, people are
to
not
be doing that much stuff.
They're not being very nice.
Yeah. See, I am. I'm lending a kind suggestion that she need to go to the hospital. Get it fixed.
Well, I don't know what that is a result of. I don't know if that was a facelift or something like that, but she definitely looks very different.
Yeah, it looks like she's had a ton of stuff done.
Yeah.
And like one thing on top of another to fix another to repair this.
It's been kind of gradual. It seems like the past few years when you'd see a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit here, a little bit there, that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And then, I just saw that picture of her from last night. I didn't watch much of the Grammys, but I was like, oh man, that was unexpected.
And the combination of the hair, it like pulled out, and it was just kind of it was a look. I mean, and holding the whip, it was a lot to take in. It was a lot to take in.
Holding the whip.
Or what do you call that thing that you hit the horse with?
The riding crop.
The crop.
Yeah.
I think is what that was. It's just a lot to look at. Uh-huh.
It is a lot to start your week with when you first see that this morning, isn't it?
Yeah. And she's tiny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's
seeing
always
her up
been,
on stage, I didn't realize how small she is.
Yeah, she's really tiny.
She needs to go to the hospital.
Yeah.
But she has for years, I think, been crazy.
Yeah, and I just saw part of the Grammy highlights and all this morning, and people are outraged over Bonnie Raitt winning because most people don't know who she is. I mean, Bonnie Raitt's probably in her mid to late 70s. Mm-hmm. And I don't know the song. I really don't know. But, it's one of those things. They're Grammy, but they always do something to get people talking about it or doing something like that. But I saw a bunch of TikToks this morning, and it's a lot of mainly Gen Z, like, how did this happen? Who is this woman? Mm-hmm. Like, well, do a little research. She's a pretty amazing artist, but I don't know if that meant she should have won the biggest award of the night last night.
She looks surprised.
Well, I guess, let me take that. Harry Styles won the biggest award of the night, which is considered Album of the Year.
Yeah, but Bonnie Raitt looked genuinely surprised.
Of course.
She went, oh.
She was probably that surprised that she was nominated, and then totally shocked that she won the Song of the Year award last night, whatever it was that she won exactly.
Yeah, the whole thing's a bunch of crap. I mean, really, it's just a bunch of, it's the most dysfunctional culture in our society getting together under one roof. Yeah. And it's like, ugh, bunch of trash.
What is the difference between a Song of the Year and Record of the Year?
Song of the Year is about the writer. Record of the Year is about the whole completed package. Okay. How it's produced, the performance, the whole thing.
You should combine that. I don't know. Do we need two separate awards for that?
One's for how great the song, whatever the proper term, the song is written. The other is for it's the combination of the song and then how well it's produced and the performances and all that kind of stuff. So one's a writer's award and one is a performance award. Okay. Essentially.
If you were in the business, you'd get it, Riggins.
Thank you, Rob. Yeah. I didn't want to say that, but I appreciate it.
But don't they also have separate producer awards and all of that as well? Yeah. So they have each individual thing. So why do they have to have the whole project award?
Because it's
at the same time.
Because of the project is how did it all come together the best.
Right. That's dumb.
Okay.
If they give each one of them best producer, best writer, best whatever, this, and this, then why they got to give them an award together if they've already won the other ones separately?
Yeah. It's weird.
Because you may not be none of those parts may be the best. When you put all the parts together, they may be the best. Like a team doesn't always have the best players, but that doesn't mean it's not the best team. See what I'm saying?
Okay.
You feel me? All right, let's see what's true.
Now trending on the Ace and TJ Show.
What did win record of the year?
Is it Lizzo?
Oh, okay. Well, never mind that. I take it back.
Hang on.
We do
give me
need to
wait,
acknowledge
here it is.
that.
Yeah. Album of the Year, Harry's House by Harry Styles. Record of the Year, About Damn Time by Lizzo. Song of the Year, Just Like That by Bonnie Raitt.
This full song needs the proper acknowledgement on stage. Lizzo, come up here. And I like Lizzo. So, yeah, the Grammys were last night. A lot of people talking about Madonna this morning. A lot of people talking about Adele and Lizzo meeting Beyonce. And, you know, it basically should be called like the Beyonce Fan Awards because, I mean, it seems like the entire night it's every person that wins gets up there and says, I just want to thank Beyonce. This award should have gone to you, Beyonce.
Well,
like,
she won
come
4
on.
Grammys last night, and in doing so, she now holds the record. She broke the record last night. Most Grammy wins by an individual. She has more Grammys now than any person in history. With was it 32 total.
And she also holds the record for most Grammys by someone who's way overrated. I looked that up this morning.
Yeah, people fawn over her when they get up there. So I might do that if I ever win an award. Just thank Beyonce.
Oh, wait! Did you see one thing? I know so many different things are trending, but I saw this TikTok last night. It was going crazy. I saw it this morning. I guess Sam Smith performed. Sam Smith and Kim Petras, and Sam Smith was wearing some type of devil outfit.
Yeah.
And there are flames, and people are saying it's satanic in nature. And then the first commercial, as it fades out off of him in the flames, the Grammy Awards, sponsored by Pfizer. And people are like, see, they're not even hiding it. It's Pfizer and the devil have teamed up with the crowd. Like, slow down, everybody.
I love that. That's terrible.
It's wild.
Yeah.
But
The
I like that.
conspiracy theories that run amok on TikTok are pretty awesome.
Good one, though.
Beyonce's the new Oprah.
You think?
Yeah. Where all these celebrities have to get up and talk about how wonderful Beyonce is, even when she's not a part of something.
Yeah.
So, oh, Beyonce said this, or Beyonce went shopping today, and oh, Beyonce read a book. You know, since Oprah got off of daytime TV and has kind of, semi retired a little bit, now Beyonce is the one to pay homage to all the time, to gain moral authority and whatever else.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And she's like one of the few celebrities that doesn't post on social media. So she's created this sort of mystery and sort of allure about her personality. So I don't know, maybe that contributes to it, but they love thanking Beyonce up on stage. Avatar: Way of the Water has surpassed Titanic as the third biggest movie in history. So now James Cameron's got Avatar 2, and Titanic. 3 of the top 5, most popular movies ever are James Cameron movies.
3 big.
Who are the Avengers Endgame and Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens. So, yeah, he's done all right.
Yeah.
He's done all right.
He's pretty decent at his job.
Yeah, he's okay. And then people are sharing videos from Turkey. There was a big earthquake, and I think 600 deaths. The videos are blowing up online. You can go see that. Poor choice of words. Yeah, it was devastating over there, and it's winter, so it's starting to snow. It just looks miserable over there. But over the weekend, in case you missed it, they finally shot down that Chinese spy balloon over Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. So that was a big deal, and everybody was watching the videos. That was on Friday afternoon. And they encourage people, do not try to collect the debris. We're going to go get that ourselves. But, people in Myrtle Beach were like, hell, let's go swim out there and see if we can get a piece of history. And of course they were, it's just like a perfect Myrtle Beach story. It's great.
Yeah, if it was going to happen someplace, And Myrtle Beach is the perfect place for them to shoot that thing down. I mean,
wild.
let's ignoring the fact that the thing went all the way across. We let it go
Yeah.
all the way across the country. That we waited until then to shoot it down. But if you're going to shoot it down, go on vacation, leave on probation. That's Myrtle Beach, baby.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah, they had to. Biden had to wait until it got all the information it needed before he shot it down.
Yeah, right. And then China has filed a complaint with the embassy that we shot down a civilian aircraft, I think is what they were calling it. And everybody said, "Oh, so who are you complaining to? Are you kidding? You're going to file a complaint?"
Yeah, but they're
outta
over
here.
there laughing, just like we're a joke to them now
that
at this
terrible?
moment. Yeah, they're like, now we're going to call over and say we're upset.
Yeah. I don't know anything about when we should have or what the logic was, but I just feel like, if it floated all the way across the country, we didn't do anything. I don't know. That just seems weird.
Oh, seems like it was hovering over our base in Montana where a lot of our nukes are. That would have been a good time to take it out.
Yeah, like
I don't know.
Days later.
That's me.
Yeah. But it was in Charlotte at one point,
Yeah.
the mothership market of Charlotte, on Saturday afternoon. So, just a wild weekend. Bunch of crazy things happen. But those are a few things that are now trending.
Could $10,000 change your life? And how would $10,000 change your life? We are going to give you that opportunity to get $10,000 from our charity, Peyton's Promise. We will explain how you can enter next.
The Ace and TJ Show 5G app is sponsored by Papa John's. Order now on our app, the Papa John's app, or papajohns.com. Want to see your business on Ace TJ TV? Contact us now at acetj@acetj.com. The show will be right back. And now, a flashback from the Ace and TJ Dailies.
Alexis has this what she describes as an old couple that she sees at her other job and how much she loves them and all that. And this morning she was putting in her daily email to us about what interesting has been going on in her life. This old couple, and she loves them, and they're so cool, and especially to be old and all. And then at the end, she put, all right, it's been married 25 years. Okay. How old are these people that you call old? And they've been married for 25 years. So that's like a huge.
Well, I mean, they're retired.
Yeah.
So retired age.
So they must have gotten married when they were older.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's like 60s.
Well, how long have you and Jody been married?
28.
28.
Yeah.
Yikes.
I don't take offense to
Okay.
it. I mean, I don't care.
I didn't
But
think
it's
about
just
that.
interesting to me of what somebody's idea of old is.
Yeah.
What makes them old.
This old couple. Mm-hmm. They're old.
So yeah, they could be on their second marriage or whatever. Because I mean, that's not, if somebody's in their 60s, being married 25 years is not that long.
Yeah.
How long have your parents been married, Riggins?
Over, I don't know.
Well, how old's your
30s.
brother?
My brother is 41. Oldest brother?
Yeah.
41.
Okay, so then they've been married at least 41 years.
Yeah, right.
Well, listen, the women in my family don't do very well at choosing men, so there's been multiple marriages and they last not very long. So 25 years to me is like an
Yeah,
eternity.
But you said that 25 years of marriage, though, is like, okay, old people, I see you. Okay. All right. Meemaw and Peepaw.
For all things Ace and TJ, subscribe to the Ace and TJ YouTube channel.
I really am more sensitive to the feelings that y'all are putting out that may be feelings of hurt or anger or, disappointment, those kinds of things. And I want to nip it right in the bud to make sure that we get these feelings out of our bodies so we can continue to put forth the type of attitude and fun-loving show that the listeners have grown to adore over the years. So this morning, right before we as we say in the radio business, right before we crack the mic, Riggins said something was bothering him about Alexis and Rob, something they have done to wrong him. and we need to fix it. What did they do to you, Riggins?
They cut me out of the Game of Thrones podcast.
What?
They cut me out of the Game of Thrones podcast.
Cut him out.
You not only did you cut me out, and then
Wait, there was a Game of Thrones podcast that was supposed to happen between the three of you? I didn't even know about this. So.
no, just the two of them.
So how'd you get cut out?
So years ago, we did a Game of Thrones podcast, and
Yeah,
I said
I
this would
remember
be
that.
so much fun. I'll bring in Tech D Rob because he's a fan of the show, and then we had a woman that used to run our office named Tracy. She was also a fan, and we would discuss the episodes after they aired, and we loved it so much. We said, let's turn this into a podcast. So for every episode, we would do a new podcast. This was years ago.
Yeah.
For the final season of Game of Thrones. It was great, and I had so much fun doing it. Really fun. And then yesterday, I'm getting ready to leave, and then I hear Alexis and Rob talking about like how they were going to get on a phone call together. And I said, "Oh, you guys are on a conference call? What are you doing?" And then sheepishly, Alexis goes, "Oh, we're going to do the Game of Thrones podcast," and like didn't even tell me.
Whoa.
Which is fine. Listen, my feelings were hurt at the time. I'm over it now, but I do think it's weird.
Yeah, but the thing is that Alexis didn't know you were part of the first one. That's all on Rob for
Right.
cutting
Yeah,
you.
But so we had mentioned it when we started talking about this new House of the Dragon show, and Riggins was like, "No, I don't think it's a good idea." So I didn't include him in that.
Did I say that?
Yeah.
Okay, well then that's fair.
But
I don't
I
remember
also
that.
on Monday I asked you if you'd watched it, and you said you're going to watch it over the weekend. So I was like, "All right, well he's not included then."
Yeah.
Cut me out.
Man.
Just cut me out. My idea. And then I get cut out of it. You believe
Yeah.
this? But the fact that they didn't tell me, I mean, it would have been fine. I don't care. I mean, it's like my feelings aren't, I mean, they were hurt. But I could have gotten it over quickly. But they did it so secretly.
Yeah, like, oh,
let's
well,
talk
we're
about
doing
this.
yeah.
Yeah, to like purposely exclude me, I thought was a little hurtful, given that it's a show the three of us love.
Well, can I tell you something that's going to make you feel better?
I mean, that's fine.
Well, the universe was on your side yesterday because it did not allow us to record our episode of Game of Thrones podcast.
Oh, really?
Well, he's not going to want to do it now, no matter
yeah,
what.
I mean, I'm not wanted.
Well, no,
It's
I'm not
fine.
saying he
It's
has to be
clear.
part of it, but you can take, you can be happy that it didn't work out
No, I'm
yesterday.
not going to take pleasure in something bad happening.
Sounds like
Because that's the way she would be.
Yeah.
That's what
true.
she would look
No,
at
you're
how
right.
she
That's
would
what
look
you
at
get.
it.
Yup.
I just wish they would have wanted me in the podcast.
Oh, we did.
It's-
We always want you in our podcast,
Yeah,
Riggins.
certainly didn't sound like it this time.
But we don't want to get rejected by you telling us, no, that's stupid. I'm not doing that.
I would never say that.
You know what it is, Riggins?
What?
Because I put on my psychologist hat here. I think they look at you as the favorite at work and all of that, and subconsciously even it's kind of like he doesn't need to be part of this because he's into everything. Ace and TJ always go to him for everything, and so almost like you are not one of the not one of them because you're kind of with us.
Teacher's pet.
Yeah, like more in a leadership role.
Okay.
And they don't. It's like inviting the boss to the party. They don't want to do that. So, I think that's probably what it is. A little jealousy.
Yep.
We're so jealous of all the responsibility Riggins has.
And they're still ripping me. I mean, I'm the one that gets sidelined, and then they lash out at me.
Well, now you know how it feels, Riggins.
When have I ever done that to you?
When I didn't get invited to your house.
Nobody
when
has
I didn't
been
go to
invited
dinner.
to his house.
When you guys went out to eat, all of y'all, and I didn't go. So now you know
of
how
y'all?
it feels. Yeah.
I don't even know what you're
Remember you
talking
guys went to breakfast?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Ace and I went to breakfast with Riggins separately when we first moved the studio
Yeah.
up here. And if you would have been around here, we would have said, "Come go with us to breakfast." But
Well,
you
no
weren't.
one told me to be around.
It wasn't
to
a
be
date.
asked.
It wasn't an RSVP situation where he had sent out invitations and stuff, or Evite as the kids call them.
Well, maybe you guys now will be a little bit more sensitive as to how it feels to be left out of things.
Yeah.
So
Why do I have to
I
suffer?
said, you guys.
Well, listen.
Now you know how it feels.
You know how it feels. I just want to be your friend, Riggins, and you don't want to be my friend. So
Obviously,
now.
you
got
don't. You didn't invite him to
excluded.
come do the podcast
I'm the one that got kicked out of the group.
that you started.
I started. It's my idea. And listen, I'm still going to listen to the Game of Thrones podcast whenever they do it. I'm probably going to enjoy it. I like talking about it. And it's fine if you don't want me to be a part of it. I get it. I don't get it, really.
But we do. I do want you.
But then why would you not even ask me?
I don't know, because the way he's acting right now, I don't know. Actually, I don't know if I want him on. His energy's a little.
That's fine.
You don't have time for that mess anyway.
The Ace and TJ Show is now your favorite radio and TV show in the morning. Stream us anywhere on our YouTube channel at Ace TJ TV. This is the Ace and TJ Show.
Oh, for everybody asking where Alexis is this morning, she has the day off today.
Ain't nobody asked.
I think somebody asked her. Somebody on YouTube asked.
Don't nobody care.
Because normally Alexis and Riggins have a shared shot on YouTube, but now it's just Riggins in an empty chair today.
Oh, man.
Oh, he looks so sad. So if you want to watch the show, you can watch it on YouTube. Ace TJ TV is our YouTube channel. You can watch the show live there along with all the other stuff that we do. New content every single day at Ace TJ TV on YouTube.
I am sad, but I think I'll be able to get over it.
So today's a very big day for all of us on the Ace and TJ show. So if you're new to the radio family, let's recap a couple of things for you. We have a charity. It's called Peyton's Promise. And it used to have a different name, but when my daughter died in 2020, TJ changed the name of the charity to Peyton's Promise, which is an incredible honor. And in October, I did this bike ride to raise money for Peyton's Promise. Remember, it was like 500 miles, 478 miles actually, from our office here in Mooresville, the suburbs of Charlotte, to Birmingham. And we raised $57,000 in 8 days with pedaling for Peyton. And we said we're going to use this money to do so much more in the coming year. And we started that with 2 huge editions of Breaking and Entering Christmas, helping out 2 families that were desperately in need to help not only get through the holidays, but hopefully to set them up for future success to better their lives. And so this is the first quarter of the year. And with the Super Bowl just around the corner, you talk about the first quarter of the game. And the first quarter is kind of what sets the tone. It's the beginning of a brand new game. A lot of hope in the first quarter of the game because the game hasn't played out yet and you have the hope that you can win. First quarter of the year, the beginning of the year, allows us to start the new year with some hope for a better year, for a better life. So this year, we want to do something really special to help change someone's life. We want to help a member of the radio family improve their life forever with the first quarter of the rest of your life. Starting right now, you can go to acetj.com/first. acetj.com/first. And there you tell us in 100 words or less, and there's a whole form for you to fill out with your name and your information, contact information, all that kind of stuff. What $10,000 would do to change your life? How would you use that money to change your life for the better? What would you do with that money to make your life better? How would this set you up for future success? And that begins the process. So you have from now until Thursday, February 16th. Now until Thursday, February 16th, which is next Thursday, to get the information in, to give us all the details. And I need to check that date to make sure I'm right, but I believe that is correct.
Yeah.
And then we go to the next round of the process. It's a long, involved process. There'll be interviews, there'll be discussions. We'll be sharing your story on the Ace and TJ show throughout the course of the coming weeks. But it all starts with going and filling out this form. You will have a chance to get $10,000 $10,000 from the Ace and TJ show, from our Peyton's Promise charity. acetj.com/first. And if you're watching on YouTube, you're seeing Riggins point at it right now on the screen. And that's it. It's real simple. You tell us your story. Do want to stress one fact. We are not involved in the selection process at all. What were you going to say, Riggins?
I was going to say, we're able to apply for this because I was thinking about changing my name and putting a whole fake story together.
I've already asked. I already had that worked out. No, but we're not involved. We are using a combination of people who are involved with the Peyton's Promise charity, board of directors, all that kind of stuff. But I was adamant. We don't want to be involved in the selection process. No. We'll be doing the interviews and everything. So
yeah, I would like to be involved in it, but we can't.
It's a big deal. $10,000.
Yeah.
And all you have to do is go to acetj.com/first. And it could be sharing your story, could be your idea, how you start a business, whatever you do with it, it's up to you. Tell us your story. acetj.com/first. Starting now, you've got a chance to get $10,000 from our charity, Peyton's Promise.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
I saw a TikTok over the weekend, and then I saw an article this morning. Old people getting freaky. Remember, many years ago, if you've been with the radio family for a long time, we talked about this last week, we were the first to tell people about pineapples being signs for swingers. We've just kind of stumbled upon that information. Well, there's something new that you want to watch out for when you're looking at your grandparents' car, because they may be sending signs to people that they're on the loose. Next.
The Week in Review is sponsored by Calotren. Go to acetj.com/weight loss to find out more about Calotren. Just you and us. This is Ace TJ 5G.
Hey, if you want to get your house looking right, and you want to deal with people who are glad that you're doing business with them and don't act like that they are put out by you, then you need to go to Sweet Dreams Mattress and Furniture. And Sweet Dreams is the sponsor of TJ and Jody's House podcast, which is today at 11 Eastern on YouTube's live, and then you watch it wherever after that, or listen to it on the app. But they are so proud to be the sponsor of that wonderful podcast that they are treating you the way they would treat us. You know, they're big. It's a married couple that runs Sweet Dreams, and they're fanboy and fangirl of TJ and Jody's House, and they think it's such a thrill and a wonderful thing for their life for us to be part of their business. And they will treat you that way. We're talking about bedroom furniture, mattresses, living room furniture. They even have the TJ and Jody's living room set that you can sit in right there in the showroom and order it for your own living room. It's great. So go see them. Not Omaha Steak. Sweet Dreams Mattress and Furniture is at acetj.com/mattress. acetj.com/mattress. Sweet Dreams sounds like a sweet deal to me.
So the Grammy Awards were last night. We were talking about this earlier, and Beyonce now holds the record. She won 4 awards last night. She holds the record for the most Grammy wins in history. The other big winners, we mentioned Record of the Year went to Lizzo for About Damn Time. Song of the Year was Just Like That by Bonnie Raitt. Best New Artist, Samara Joy. Best Pop Vocal Album, Harry's House by Harry Styles. Best Pop Solo Performance went to Easy on Me by Adele. But a couple of other fun notes. Things you might find interesting. They left Aaron Carter out of the In Memoriam thing.
Yeah, I saw that.
A lot of people are really upset about that. A lot of people were very upset that Taylor Hawkins was left off, but, well, he died. He was in last year's, so calm down. People just need to, take a little bit of a break sometimes. The class move of the night goes to Chris Brown.
Yeah.
It didn't happen during the broadcast, but he lost Best R&B Album to a guy named Robert Glasper. And he responded by going on social media, ranting and asking who the F is Richard Glasper. He didn't get the guy's name right. He later took that down. Someone must have got to him and said, "Hey, you need to calm down and get yourself together." But there's another list that came out that I saw this morning of artists who've never won a Grammy. There were 30 on the list, but it's among the highlights. Miley Cyrus never won a Grammy. She's only been nominated twice. Nickelback never won a Grammy. The Beach Boys have never won a Grammy. Def Leppard, Guns N' Roses, Journey never won a Grammy.
Oh, wow.
Kenny Chesney has been nominated 6 times. He's never won a Grammy. Backstreet Boys, Kid Rock. These are huge. Toby Keith has 7 nominations. He's never won a Grammy Award. These are big artists. Katy Perry has been nominated 13 times. Never won a Grammy Award. Queen never won a Grammy Award. Kind of gives you an idea of how odd the whole thing is.
Yeah,
Snoop
Beyonce.
Dogg's never won a Grammy. Dierks Bentley has been nominated 14 times. Never won a Grammy Award.
Beyonce's winning them all. They don't have a shot.
Yeah,
Journey
she
never
went
had a chance.
All in every category. That's it.
Ace TJ 5G. Thanks for watching Ace TJ TV. Please make sure you like and subscribe. We'll be right back. And now, a flashback from the Ace and TJ Dailies.
Since about 1991, I'm not good with the math. I've been in radio for, 20-something years, 23 years? Yeah. And I look younger now than I did when I started, with a mullet and the whole thing. And I haven't had any work done other than my boobs. I haven't had anything, like Botox or a facelift or anything like that. I just got a a breast lift. Well, you know, Ace has a bad temper. And I was doing the Sunday morning board opping thing, running the boards for the Casey Kasem and Rick D's Countdown, or whatever it was, one Sunday morning. And he was scheduled, because he was a part-time disc jockey, and he was scheduled to come in at noon and start his shift for the Sunday afternoon. And he pulled into the parking lot, so this little red Cavalier, Chevy Cavalier, drives up, and this big long guy with long red hair steps out of it, and he was wearing, I remember, the tightest jeans you can get on a man, I think, at that time. He was wearing white tennis shoes and a white t-shirt, and he had sunglasses on, and his hair had been blow dried. It was flying in the breeze like there was nothing really weighting it down at all. You know, it's just frizzy kind of, where he had overly blown it. And he goes up into the studio, and he's almost late to start. Maybe he was a little late, and I had started his first song for him. And he comes in the studio, slamming the door, and the CD hung up in the machine when he sat down. He was cussing, and it hung up, and he started yelling and hitting the CD player, and he pulled the CD out of it, slung it up against the wall, and he reached and grabbed these emergency, they were called carts. So they were tapes that we could put in and play in case the CD players broke. And he just spun it around, this Lazy Susan that had those things in them, and grabbed Open Arms by Journey, slammed it in the machine, and bam, hit the button to start it, and then turned around and said, hey, I'm sorry, man, I'm Ace. And that's how we met, and I thought, this guy is a complete, Ace something. And that was my first impression of him. Come to find out, he had gotten a speeding ticket on the way to work. We were the only two single guys on the staff, and we hung out one night and became friends. It was like, we didn't go to school together. We always say this, we didn't go to school together, but if we would have, we'd have been best friends. Not so much now. I mean, kind of, best friends are usually best friends for life. You always hear that. But, I mean, he's just all right now.
This is the Ace and TJ Show live on acetj.tv.
So, are the old people at it again, or is there a logical explanation for something that is occurring at the Villages in Florida? So, a couple things you need to know in advance. The Villages in Florida is what's a retirement community, and it is known to get pretty wild. And at one point, I don't know if this is true still or not, but they dealt with a lot of sexually transmitted diseases at the Villages in this retirement community.
Ace.
Yeah.
I think the new and improved terminology in 2023 is sexually transmitted infections.
I did not know that. They're
Yes,
they're
STIs
STIs now.
Exactly.
Okay.
Because the other is a little, it's not a disease. It makes it seem like the person is diseased.
Okay.
And they're not really.
Okay.
It's an infection, just like anything else that you may get.
So it's now, my apologies. It's a sexually transmitted infection. Yes. I did not know that. Okay. So, because, and there are all these stories through the years that come out about that things can get kind of wild amongst the people that live in this retirement community. And then it spread like a lot of retirement communities, blah, blah, blah. But around this time, we stumbled on the fact, this was a long time ago, that the pineapple is the thing that people who are into that lifestyle use to signal to other people that they're involved in it, including, in the grocery store. That's how it was brought to our attention, the upside down pineapple. Look for that in the grocery store, which to this day I've never seen. I don't know if that's even true. I've never seen that anywhere. But I saw a TikTok yesterday, and then this morning I woke up and I saw there was a blurb about this on social media. Seniors at the Villages Retirement Community in Florida are supposedly tying loofahs to the tops of their cars. Like they put a loofah on their antenna or whatever, or on the little rack on the top of the car or something, supposedly to let people know that they're in that lifestyle. Different colors mean different things. And the TikTok that I saw, I don't know if there's more than one, but the one TikTok that I saw, the loofah selection at this little store that people are in is pretty limited. These old people are buying loofahs. And that the different color, I won't get into the details of the social media post about what the different colors mean, but different colors signify different things. However, not everyone's convinced that it's a real thing, though. There's no disputing the fact that seniors are tying loofahs to their cars. That's not in question. But someone who works at the Villages weighed in on Reddit when this kind of first began a couple of weeks ago and said that doesn't mean they're swingers. They do it to help them find their cars in the parking lot. Having a loofah on top makes it easier, and they use different colors because if everybody's doing it, you've got to figure out what color. Mine's purple.
Right.
Now, is that the truth, or is that Grandma's cover story? Because she's down to clown.
Yeah, but I mean, why would you have to do that? I mean, you already live in that community where supposedly everybody in the community is randy all the time. And so, I mean, wouldn't that be somewhere where you just, feel like you could be forward enough to go, hey, you're swinging? That kind of thing?
I don't think it works. I don't think you'd still probably want to keep it, on the DL, so to speak.
I think they're proud of it.
Yeah, I mean, if you're tying things to your car.
Yeah, then how DL is that?
Well, but
when everybody knows what the code is.
But I think that's one of those you either know or you don't know. If you don't know, you don't even know anything about it. You're like, oh, that's weird. They got a loofah tied to their car.
Until it hit the national news. Now they got to come up with something else.
I don't know. Do they keep up? Do the old people at the retirement community keep up with that closely? The national news?
Look, I bet those old people are pretty internet savvy.
Yeah, probably. That's crazy.
It's just something to kind of keep an eye out for. You can, keep an eye out and see if you see, if your grandma's got a loofah on her car. Hey, Grandma, what's that about?
Yeah. Ugh.
Your parents live in a retirement.
Well, it's
community.
funny. It's funny you bring this up because I was at my parents' house and in the middle of their kitchen table, big old pineapple. And I said, Mom, do you know? And she goes, somebody already told us. I said, about swing. And she goes, yeah, and I don't even know what that means. I'm like, I bet you don't. And she loves, they live in South Carolina now. So I guess that's like the symbol of hospitality in South Carolina. I don't know. They love talking about living in South Carolina. So I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt, but I've got my eyes on her. I'll be swinging.
But somebody had already
told her.
Hey,
yeah, somebody told her.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
Okay, in case you missed it, Madonna spoke at the Grammy Awards last night. It didn't go well, but it's funny, especially if you're not a massive Madonna fan. That and more in delicious audio. All coming up next.
Ace and TJ. The Ace and TJ Show will be back in less than 3 minutes.
Ace TJ 5G presents Today in History.
Hey, it's Ace, and today in history, 17 years ago, a mom just went for a drive with her child, and the whole world went crazy. We'll give you the details next.
We out of here. And your box fan. We don't have space for it. Sorry. We out of here. That will fit. Woo, we swagging out on this trip, y'all.
Oh, finally. Okay. We got some tables.
That's how you be like, eee. I like that. Just slide it right on in.
Who is advertising with the Ace and TJ Show?
Here at Sweet Dreams, we love to kick back and listen to our favorite podcast, TJ and Jody's House, and hear them mention all the time the awesome furniture they got from us at Sweet Dreams. And just today, we actually had a customer come and buy a whole house full of furniture because they heard us on TJ and Jody's House.
The Ace and TJ Show is radio, podcasts, video, social media, streaming, live appearances, and more. Get your company on before it's too late. Ace TJ at acetj.com or acetjmedia.com.
Is that bacon?
Oh, good morning, sunshine. How'd you sleep on your Sweet Dreams mattress?
Fresh baked cinnamon rolls?
At Sweet Dreams Mattress and Furniture, we won't actually come to your house without your prior consent, and we would never let ourselves in. What you have just witnessed is simply a dramatization of how much we care, which is like a whole lot. Sweet Dreams Mattress and Furniture.
Sounds like a sweet deal to me.
Ace TJ 5G presents Today in History.
It was 17 years ago today, February 6th, 2006. Britney Spears was photographed illegally driving around Malibu with her infant son, Sean Preston, sitting in her lap. And everybody went wild. Now, are there more important things that happened on this day? Yes, but that one seems to be the most memorable. That's Today in History.
You're watching Morning Radio. Welcome to the Ace and TJ Show on Ace TJ TV.
Rare is the place that can do everything, or has everything. Great drinks, great food, great atmosphere, incredible service. That place in the Charlotte area is Fahrenheit. Fahrenheit Charlotte, 21 stories above the city. It's on South Caldwell, right close to Time Warner Cable Arena, or the Spectrum Center as it is now called. And I don't know why I went with the Spectrum Center or Time Warner Cable Arena.
You want to go to the Sizzler tonight?
Right by the Charlotte Coliseum.
Right by the Coliseum. I don't Billy Graham Parkway. So.
Are the Bobcats playing tonight or what?
Don't let my idiocy keep you from Fahrenheit because it's spectacular. FahrenheitCharlotte.com, you get all the details.
I've been to a lot of weddings. Some better than others, and that's fine. But I've never been to a wedding where they have one of those chocolate fountains, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You walk up at the dessert, they got the chocolate coming out. Part of it seems, and I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, to me, a fountain of some sort of food item seems a little tacky. I'm sure I would love it. Mm-hmm. I would dip those strawberries in that chocolate. I've even seen cheese fountains, you know, for nachos at like the Super Bowl game. I get it. But this wedding that was catered by a guy named Chef Ponzio did it a little differently. He brought his fountain and filled it up with barbecue sauce, and then next to it, he's got big trays of dry smoked ribs that he breaks down one by one.
Yeah.
Oh, that
now
looks
I'm
great.
on board.
Yeah, that looks great. I'm
Wow.
telling you, that looks fantastic.
That looked incredible.
I thought there's a way to take your wedding to the next level. Now, do you want people that are in suits and dresses licking their fingers, and
it could get messy.
It could get a little messy. I mean, it's, a lot of finger licking. It's a little messy, but I much prefer ribs.
Oh yeah.
And barbecue sauce over a nacho cheese fountain or even a chocolate fountain. So.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Warm barbecue sauce, hot ribs, and then you're just going to town at the wedding reception.
I love that.
Getting wasted and doing that.
I think I would rather, though, put a cup underneath the fountain and get my own sauce and then go to the table and pour it over the ribs.
You could do that.
Rather than just standing there putting it back and forth under the fountain.
The fun is, I guess, for people that like these fountains, is to dip it in there with your hand. But yeah, I get what you're saying. It is kind of gross.
Those ribs look good, though.
They look
Really
great.
good,
Yeah, Mr. Todd's showing it up on our YouTube stream if you want to check it out.
Barbecue fountain.
Yeah.
Ace TJ 5G.
You want deliciousness right on your front doorstep? Then that's Omaha Steaks. Have Omaha Steaks delivered to your house, and when you are ordering Omaha Steaks at omahasteaks.com, and you go through there and you see all of the stuff that they have, and your mouth's watering as you're going through their website, at checkout, use the promo code TJ. Got a special there for you. If you use TJ at checkout, you get $30 off. And they also have more than half off, 55% off of selected Omaha Steaks customer favorites on their website already. So you can save all kinds of money on the delicious, mouth-watering items that they have at omahasteaks.com. Perfectly aged tender steaks, the juicy burgers, and decadent desserts and side dishes, comfort foods. You want to make cooking quick and easy, they've got all of that kind of stuff too. So you can just get a delicious meal prepared in no time. Omaha Steaks have done the work for you. So omahasteaks.com, that's where you go to order. omahasteaks.com. At checkout, use the promo code TJ and get $30 off. omahasteaks.com. Minimum order may be required.
I don't care who you are, you're going to like this. Because last night at the Grammy Awards, to celebrate Berry Gordy, Smokey Robinson, and Motown, Stevie Wonder performed. He did like a montage of things, but he broke into his classic Higher Ground and then blew the roof off the place with a guest. You know who that is?
Yeah.
Chris Stapleton just ripped the joint up. He was so good. And it was nice to see him do something kind of really up-tempo like that. It was great, though. Really great.
Mm-hmm. He can do it now. Over Stapleton, I mean, he can do it.
I wish he'd do a lot more of that.
He can do it.
But then there's this. Last night at the Grammys, Madonna did an intro of Sam Smith and Kim Petras, and clearly the crowd was not reacting the way that she wanted to. This hasn't been edited. So apparently Madonna forgot that, I guess MTV just saw this in the footnotes this morning I was reading. MTV used to produce the Grammy Awards, and they would put fans at the front. So you get this reaction. Well, they're not anymore. So now you just have regular industry people in the front. So a lot of them are, big celebrities, but also other people who are like heads of record labels and all this kind of stuff. So they're pretty low key about it. Here we go.
Are you ready for a little controversy? Come on, people, let's make some noise. Y'all are going to sleep over here. So, here's what I've learned after 4 decades in music. If they call you shocking, scandalous, troublesome, problematic, provocative, or dangerous, you are definitely onto something. That's where you make noise.
These awkward pauses, she's getting no reaction. It has to go. That's where you make noise.
Oh, God. That was rough.
Yeah. Bless it.
I mean, that was bad.
This is where you make noise.
This is where you make noise?
Just introduce
Yeah, just go. Do your intro.
I mean, come on.
Hit the thing. Make it move.
She's going so slow.
Because she was expecting them to cheer after everything that she said because she's Madonna. Now, the first hint should have been after that first lull and nobody did that first really awkward long silence. Okay, don't pause. Burn now. You should just have it moving. It was brutal.
The problem is that I guess she's reached a point where she has to remind people how controversial she was.
Yeah.
How much of a bad A she was, which is sad. So sad. Bless.
So sad we're laughing.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
Records have been broken, tears are falling. Details now trending, coming up next.
You're listening to the Ace and TJ Show. The Ace and TJ Show will be back in less than 3 minutes.
Ace TJ 5G presents Today in History.
Hey, it's Ace, and today in history, 17 years ago, a mom just went for a drive with her child, and the whole world went crazy. We'll give you the details next. Whether you are buying or selling a home, Chambers & Associates Realty team is here to help, because this is what they do. They are experts, they are experienced, and they know what you need to get through this process easily. Again, whether you're buying or selling, call them 704-439-6232, 704-439-6232, or visit them online at lkncharlottehomes.com. That's lkncharlottehomes.com.
Who is advertising with the Ace and TJ Show?
We are so excited to be a part of the Ace and TJ family, long time listeners, and delighted to have our business now a part of the family.
The Ace and TJ Show is radio, podcasts, video, social media, streaming, live appearances, and more. Get your company on before it's too late. Ace TJ at acetj.com or acetjmedia.com.
Hello, if you are a business owner, we know what it's like to be in business. From HR to accounting, we know the struggles, and we're here to help you with insurance so we can take one thing off your plate.
Ace TJ 5G presents Today in History.
It was 17 years ago today, February 6th, 2006. Britney Spears was photographed illegally driving around Malibu with her infant son, Sean Preston, sitting in her lap. And everybody went wild. Now, are there more important things that happened on this day? Yes, but That one seems to be the most memorable. That's Today in History.
You're watching Morning Radio. Welcome to the Ace and TJ Show on Ace TJ TV. You and us, this is Ace TJ 5G.
The hottest trending topics coming up in a couple of minutes. And now trending, sponsored by the Johnson Group. You have a business. You are responsible for your business. You're a manager, you're a building owner, whatever the case may be. If keeping that office clean is your job, here's what you do. Go to acetj.com/clean and find out more about the Johnson Group. Since 2004, commercial cleaning, all they've done. Over 15 million square feet of office and medical building space they take care of every single month in the Charlotte area. acetj.com/clean for the Johnson Group.
Hey, what do y'all think about this biological clothing? Y'all seen that? It's these labs where they grow skin, like human skin replacements for transplants and stuff, but they've been only able to grow it in flat sheets, and then when they go to put it on a person's body, like when they've had burns on their face or whatever, they need to do a transplant, it's like wrapping paper, trying to get it all pieced together right. Well, now they've been able to grow this skin in a lab in the shape of a hand. So now they can grow entire pieces that are shaped like body parts. So if you need a transplant, so to speak, on your face, it can be seamless. So if you get your face burned or, didn't a lady get eaten by a monkey one time and had to have face skin grafts and all done? So this would just fit like a mask over your face, but it's skin, and then they attach it, and it says it will cut down on the surgery time and the use of sutures so much because they don't have to piece all of the skin together, the fake skin, so to speak.
Wow.
At one time.
That'd have to help with infections and all that, I would assume, because with less sutures, less opportunity for there to be infection or for things to get. That's crazy.
And it says that in these situations, the procedure does they do prefer, the doctors do, to use sutures over stitches. They like that better.
Good. That's good to know.
It's easier when you use sutures instead of stitches. But can't this be something that people would use for evil?
How?
Like if you can get a fake face to just stick on, and it looks like a real person, you can go rob a bank or something, come out of there.
Well, you've seen that movie Face Off?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
With John Travolta and Nicolas Cage? Yeah, that was a good movie, though, Riggins. I thought Face Off was a good movie. But yeah, you're right, TJ.
You don't leave fingerprints. You get them for your hands. You won't leave fingerprints when you're committing crimes.
Yeah.
And don't have to worry about gloves.
Yeah.
It's a big step.
Ace TJ 5G.
The Weekend Review, Riggins' Funny Song, happens every Friday on the Ace and TJ Show. If you miss it, you can go get it in its own podcast, which is fantastic. Oh, look at it. Oh, it's so great. It's sponsored by Calitrin. You need help losing weight, Calitrin is the way to go. Go to acetj.com/weight loss and order the Calitrin today.
Now trending on the Ace and TJ Show.
All right, so the Grammys are still the top trending topic. The Grammys took place last night. Ben Affleck was there, which was kind of odd, but now he's married to J-Lo, so he had to be there. Support. And he just looked so miserable. He looked absolutely miserable to be there, like he does all the time now. Ben Affleck seems to have like one face, and it's just exhausted.
Yeah, I saw 2 different clips, and he looked miserable in both.
Tortured. Yeah, like in... There's a clip going viral of him whispering something to Jennifer, and she says something back, and he just like fixes his jacket. Like he doesn't want to be there. I don't know. It's just that's a weird dynamic.
But that's what you do. It's the biggest night in music. When you date, I'm not sorry, you're married, right? Are they married yet?
Yeah.
When you're married to Jennifer Lopez, you just have to go to that.
Yeah. I know. It's just
part of it, man.
Yeah.
Put a smile on your face and go.
I guess. So last night, Harry Styles won Album of the Year. Bonnie Raitt won Song of the Year. She looked absolutely stunned to win that award. Never heard the song, but I'm sure it's okay. I'm sure it's great, like Bonnie Raitt. And then Record of the Year went to Lizzo. Beyonce now holds the title for like most Grammys won ever by a single musician, edging out somebody I'd never heard of, like a piano composer.
I don't know who the guy is either, yeah.
So now she's got 33 or something like that. Taylor Swift, I think, won a couple. Nothing really. I think the most shocking thing about the Grammys last night was Madonna and her appearance. Literally, she appeared, and her appearance got the internet talking because people were shocked to see her face. I don't want to be mean. I mean, I'm not in the business of commenting on women's looks, but yeah, it was a surprising look.
It was not what you expected, and you would not have known it was Madonna probably if you had not been told it was Madonna coming out on the stage.
Yeah, maybe not. Today is National Chopsticks Day. You guys know how to use chopsticks?
Yeah. I'm not great with them. I can pick up pieces of sushi with them. I can't eat, the lo mein and all of that with chopsticks.
Yeah, I always give it a shot when I order Chinese, but then I do a couple bites and then I bail on it for a fork.
Yeah, but I won't eat sushi with a fork.
Yeah, me either.
If I can't eat it with the chopsticks, I pick it up.
Yeah.
Eat it with my hands.
Same.
Because you're afraid of what it looks like to eat it with a fork?
Oh, God, no. I don't care about that.
Why then?
It just, when you eat it with a fork, it doesn't go into, like I want the whole thing in my mouth at one time.
Yeah.
And it's harder with a fork to stab it and get it in. It kind of falls apart on a fork for me.
Yeah. Not really ideal for a fork.
Oh, yeah. There's no way I would ever just be ashamed of the American way over any other way.
Yeah, no
matter what it is.
Yeah, I get that. And then the next drawing for the Powerball is tonight, $747 million. $747 million. So not the $1.4 billion that it was a few weeks ago. But hey, there's a lot of these big jackpots happening lately, and I'm sure there's a reason for it, but yeah, a lot of people are getting very rich.
It is two different. It's two different ones, like the Mega Millions and the Powerball. So there's not the same one getting a big jackpot every time. But yeah, they seem to be going farther and farther before people win.
Yeah,
$747 million. I spent $4 Saturday trying to win that lottery. It didn't happen. So
yeah, so you'd get $403 million cash value if you take the clump sum.
Yeah.
As Jody calls it.
The clump sum.
The clump sum.
Sometimes I think maybe the Monday is the one that I could win because fewer people are going to buy a ticket on Monday.
Well, that's
interesting. More people know about Wednesday and Saturday.
I like the logic that there's thought that goes into it. There's a lot of thought that goes into that.
It's too much thought that goes into it, I think.
Yeah, I like that. And those are a few things that are now trending.
So there's a babysitter who has gone viral about her specialty. And why hiring her for a certain type of person is the best call. Some people are going to be upset. Others will be like, hey, I think that's a great idea. She's cornering the market. We'll get into it coming up next.
You're listening to the Ace and TJ Show. The Ace and TJ Show will be back in less than 3 minutes.
Is that bacon?
Oh, good morning, sunshine. How'd you sleep on your Sweet Dreams mattress?
Fresh baked cinnamon rolls?
At Sweet Dreams Mattress and Furniture, we won't actually come to your house without your prior consent, and we would never let ourselves in. What you have just witnessed is simply a dramatization of how much we care, which is like a whole lot. Sweet Dreams Mattress and Furniture.
Sounds like a sweet deal to me.
The mini lemon cream pie donut, a mini donut filled with lemon filling, dipped in icing, topped off with a dollop of cream and a dusting of powdered sugar.
I bet that would be good. I want to
love
hold the powdered
lemon.
sugar.
I was going to say the same thing. I'd hold the powdered sugar, but either way, with the powdered sugar, it sounds spectacular.
Oof. And then the mini Dutch apple pie donut, a mini donut filled with apple filling, dipped in caramel flavored icing and topped with chopped cinnamon sprinkles, snickerdoodle cookie pieces, and a drizzle of caramel flavored icing.
Yeah, all cooked in a Dutch oven.
Oh, yeah. And you'll be able to give somebody a Dutch oven after that. Anybody ever given you a Dutch oven?
Nope.
You ever given somebody else a Dutch oven?
I have not.
Do you know what it is?
Yes.
Explain it. I'm just kidding.
In detail. Rob, have you ever given Meredith a Dutch oven?
No, not on purpose anyway.
How would you do it accidentally?
That's what I want to learn. How would that work?
Somebody's under the covers just sleeping.
Or that, he's out of his head on that Ambien.
Yeah.
He does it and then just forces the cover over her head.
She wears a CPAP. So, you just got to do it inside the CPAP.
You just you unhook the other end of the hose.
That's so disgusting.
That's wild.
That would be the funniest prank ever. If that worked, you fart into the CPAP machine. It's pretty funny.
Straight
Rob,
to the
do you
noggin.
both wear CPAPs or just Meredith?
Oh,
Just
that would
Meredith.
be
Okay.
so funny.
Yeah. 'Cause I think what a beautiful sight that would be.
Oh
The two of
my
you side by side in
God.
bed, both wearing CPAP machines.
Yeah, I hope Jody's not listening to this. I don't want to give her any.
For all things Ace and TJ, subscribe to the Ace and TJ YouTube channel. You're watching Morning Radio. Welcome to the Ace and TJ Show on Ace TJ TV. You and us. This is Ace TJ 5G.
Hey, if you need your business to be branded, advertised, you need the word to get out about them, about you and your business, then you go to acetjmedia.com. AceTJ Media is our little company we've started to get the word out about your business on digital platforms, video, audio, all of it. acetjmedia.com.
So I read across this list of online etiquette rules. This comes from BuzzFeed. They had a huge list, but here are just some interesting ones that I don't know, that a couple of them I don't understand. Like, this one makes sense. If someone sends you a meme you've already seen, ha-ha it anyway.
Yeah.
Don't respond. Oh, I've already seen that.
Yeah.
Just say ha-ha and go on about your business. When someone puts you on speakerphone, give them a heads up that, hey, somebody's with me. That kind of thing, which is common sense. No more than 2 food photos at the table.
On your story or something? Yeah, I mean, there's no point in doing that.
Yeah.
Or when you're having to make everybody else wait to eat because you got to take pictures of the food.
Yeah. That too.
You should unfollow your friend's exes out of solidarity. They say the exception is when it's amicable and they're still friends. But for example, if Rob and Meredith broke up, we would all have to unfollow Meredith immediately. Because that was an ugly scene, I guess. I don't know. Never FaceTime someone out of the blue. Ask first. It's rude to start a video chat without asking. Then they feel rude if they don't want to pick up. So does that mean somebody texts me and says, hey, you free for FaceTime? 9 times out of 10, the answer is going to be no. I'm not because I don't want to do it.
Yeah, I think.
But then you've got to say, yeah. But what do you respond with? No, I don't want to do that right now.
Yeah, I can't.
Or just say, hey, I don't want you to see what I look like right now. Call me.
Never just text the word hi or hey. It's a waste of time and creates an annoying ding for them to deal with. In general, you should combine more of your short texts into one longer text.
100%.
I agree with that.
That's the dumbest thing ever.
What, you get You get a lot of that?
Yeah, from the person who's not here today. That's the only way she texts is like 4 after boom, 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 boom. She goes, well, I text when it comes to my head. I'm like, it was all in a row. It was a one sentence. 4 text messages. It's so annoying.
You know, now that you mentioned that, you're right.
She does a lot.
I had a text with her about something for work last week. Exact same thing happened. You're right.
Yeah.
5G. The Ace and TJ Show will be back in less than 3 minutes.
Ace TJ 5G presents Today in History.
Hey, it's Ace, and today in history, 17 years ago, a mom just went for a drive with her child, and the whole world went crazy. We'll give you the details next.
We out of here. And your box fan. We don't have space for it. Sorry. We out of here. That will fit. Woo, we swagging out on this trip, y'all.
Oh, finally. Okay. We got some tables.
That's how you be like, eee. I like that. Just slide it right on in.
Who is advertising with the Ace and TJ Show?
Here at Sweet Dreams, we love to kick back and listen to our favorite podcast, TJ and Jody's House, and hear them mention all the time the awesome furniture they got from us at Sweet Dreams. And just today, we actually had a customer come and buy a whole house full of furniture because they heard us on TJ and Jody's House.
The Ace and TJ Show is radio, podcasts, video, social media, streaming, live appearances, and more. Get your company on before it's too late. Ace TJ at acetj.com or acetjmedia.com.
Is that bacon?
Oh, good morning, sunshine. How'd you sleep on your Sweet Dreams mattress?
Fresh baked cinnamon rolls?
At Sweet Dreams Mattress and Furniture, we won't actually come to your house without your prior consent, and we would never let ourselves in. What you have just witnessed is simply a dramatization of how much we care, which is like a whole lot. Sweet Dreams Mattress and Furniture.
Sounds like a sweet deal to me.
Ace TJ 5G presents Today in History.
It was 17 years ago today, February 6th, 2006. Britney Spears was photographed illegally driving around Malibu with her infant son, Sean Preston, sitting in her lap. And everybody went wild. Now, are there more important things that happened on this day? Yes, but that one seems to be the most memorable. That's Today in History.
You're watching Morning Radio. Welcome to the Ace and TJ Show on Ace TJ TV.
The Ace and TJ app made possible thanks to Papa John's Pizza, the crispy Parm pizza on the menu. Their signature thin crust pizza with Parmesan baked into the bottom of the crust. Oh my gosh, eat it upside down or right side up, doesn't matter. Delicious, papajohns.com.
Okay, when you start a business, even if you're a one-person business, you got to have an edge. You got to have something that makes you stand out to be successful. There's a 19-year-old professional babysitter. Her name is Ariane Davis. And what makes her stand out as a babysitter is that she specializes in babysitting for single dads.
Okay.
She says she loves being a professional babysitter because, quote, she's getting paid for playing with the kids. And once the kids fall asleep, I can take care of the single dads. End quote.
I was worried that's what it was going to be.
I did not expect it to go that far.
Yeah.
So she's...
That's her hook. Her little niche.
So is she more a babysitter or more a...
Would you consider, that's the question though, is that considered being a prostitution thing?
You're getting paid for a service.
But you're getting paid to babysit. The other is, as we call it in Louisiana, it's lagniappe, meaning a little something extra. It's the baker's dozen.
Well, if you take a prostitute out to dinner,
yeah,
she's still a prostitute. I mean, I don't know. You can pay for extra things, but
if the prostitute washes your car, you're paying her for the car wash.
That's right.
No, I'm not. No. I was just washing the car. And
we're in love.
Well, yeah.
He just pays me to wash the car because I'm a professional car washer. But we're dating.
Yeah. I don't know about that one. Something that is seedy.
Yeah, because you're right though. You're just paying her to wash the car.
Hardly.
Or watch the kids.
Mm-hmm.
Hardly.
Anything
Then why
else
is her rate $1,000 for a night?
She's real good with those kids, man.
I don't like that.
Yeah, and of course, she puts that out there and on the TikTok, and I think she also has an OnlyFans.
Yeah, she charges. I'm reading this article I just found. It says $6 a month is what she charges.
Yeah, for babysitting.
It's
a cheap babysitter, man.
Yeah. And it says she comes along when the men are at their most fragile. And one guy said, I'm in the market to pay a couple bills every month. Andrew T. announced to the world. These are comments that come under her TikToks.
And who's watching the kids while you're... Well, I guess
the kids, she says after the kids are in bed, the dad comes home from wherever he had been, and instead of her just collecting her money and then leaving like a regular babysitter, she can handle the other needs in the house.
Yeah, I guess if you're comfortable leaving your kids with a working prostitute, then I guess it's all on the up and up.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Whenever that weighs into it, your casual encounter, is part of your decision making of who's going to be watching your kids while you're gone. Yeah, that's a little bit sticky.
It doesn't mean she can't be it doesn't mean she can't be a great babysitter. She might be a phenomenal babysitter.
The kids love her.
It's an understatement of the year. It could get a little sticky. Yeah, maybe. And then mom finds out. Oh, yeah, it's sticky. All right.
So you think that if it's a divorced single dad and his ex-wife finds out that he's hired this babysitter for both duties, that she's going to have a problem with it, really?
Maybe.
Sorry, I didn't realize we were still here on Little House on the Prairie. I thought this was 2023.
Yeah, maybe.
Come on. And the fact that she's only 19 also adds.
Oh, she's 19?
Yeah.
Oh.
Why does that make it worse for you?
Well, because she's barely an adult.
Yeah, but you're already you have your whole life ahead of you, and you're already I don't even want to say it.
All right, so ladies, quickly send us DMs. What do you think about this, guys? We know what you're going to think about it. Pretty much what everybody commented on this her post. I'm putting cameras in my house right now. I need somebody to watch my kids. Does it count? My kids are already grown. So just ladies, what do you think about this? Say you you fell in love with a guy who's got kids. He's a single dad, and you find out later that this was the babysitting deal that he had going. What do you think of this whole thing? Send us a DM on social medias or put it on the front page at the Ace TJ Show. Let's go.
You're listening to the Ace and TJ Show. The Ace and TJ Show will be back in less than 3 minutes.
Ace TJ 5G presents Today in History.
Hey, it's Ace, and today in history, 17 years ago, a mom just went for a drive with her child, and the whole world went crazy. We'll give you the details next. Whether you are buying or selling a home, Chambers & Associates Realty team is here to help, because this is what they do. They are experts, they are experienced, and they know what you need to get through this process easily. Again, whether you're buying or selling, call them 704-439-6232, 704-439-6232, or visit them online at lkncharlottehomes.com. That's lkncharlottehomes.com.
Who is advertising with the Ace and TJ Show?
We are so excited to be a part of the Ace and TJ family, long time listeners, and delighted to have our business now a part of the family.
The Ace and TJ Show is radio, podcasts, video, social media, streaming, live appearances, and more. Get your company on before it's too late. Ace TJ at acetj.com or acetjmedia.com.
Hello, if you are a business owner, we know what it's like to be in business. From HR to accounting, we know the struggles, and we're here to help you with insurance so we can take one thing off your plate.
Ace TJ 5G presents Today in History.
It was 17 years ago today, February 6th, 2006. Britney Spears was photographed illegally driving around Malibu with her infant son, Sean Preston, sitting in her lap. And everybody went wild. Now, are there more important things that happened on this day? Yes, but that one seems to be the most memorable. That's Today in History.
You're watching Morning Radio. Welcome to the Ace and TJ Show on Ace TJ TV. More show than you can get on the radio. This is Ace TJ 5G.
Let's go, boom. Think about your office. If you're a manager of an office complex, you own a building, if the responsibility for keeping that office clean falls to you, it's very important. Because that's the first thing that people notice if they walk into a building and it's not clean. And it gives them a bad impression of that company and then that building and your company as well. So here's what you do. Go to acetj.com/clean, and that's where you'll find out all about the Johnson Group. Katie and Emily, their sisters, started the Johnson Group in 2004. One of the best things about working with the Johnson Group is you deal directly with Katie and Emily always. So there's no misunderstanding as to what your needs are and how they're going to go about meeting those needs. That's why they've been so successful. That's why they take care of Optimist Hall and all of the YMCAs in Charlotte, High Point, and Gastonia. And that's why they take care of the offices of Bank of America Stadium, because they do a spectacular job. Over 15 million square feet of office and medical building space every single month, and they want to add you to their roster. They'll do it better than anybody else. All you do is go to acetj.com/clean. That's acetj.com/clean to find out more about the Johnson Group.
There's a 21-year-old guy that's been accused of running naked through the halls of a hotel in Des Moines, Iowa, threatening people with a plunger and pulling fire alarms, things of that nature. His name is Trevin Hill. And said he was just running through. One of the other guests was in the 18th floor stairwell, and he's got the plunger going after him, and he's yelling, "I'm gonna blank and get you! I'm gonna get you!"
God. Was he chasing someone or just yelling?
Yeah, just chasing after
everybody. Okay.
Other people too, according to the report. Trevin was not playing.
Trevin, put the plunger down. No, I didn't. Trevin Hill. What's up? In Iowa? I go to the University of Iowa. I'm a senior. Sometimes I like to get a little crazy, dude. Get naked and chase people around with plungers.
It doesn't say if Trevin was on the dope or not, or drunk.
Yeah, probably.
He's got to be something.
Yeah, Trevin, dude. Hell yeah. Trevin.
That's your favorite part of this whole story.
Trevin Hill, dude. Hello, my name's Trevin. Booking one room for the night.
His middle name is Wayne. Trevin Wayne Hill.
Trevin Wayne Hill doing GBs in the hotel bathroom and then just ripping all your clothes off and going nuts. Probably on an edible. A couple of edibles. I did 250 milligrams, dude. I'm flying. Ate a Wonka bar before I came here. Trevin.
What's a Wonka bar?
It's like a super high-powered edible. It's a Wonka bar. Space bar.
Yeah, but it's a nice hotel. The 18th floor of the Des Moines Marriott.
Yeah, I'm sure it was very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing but the best, dude. Yeah, you got to get it in check, man. What was he, 20?
21.
21? What are you doing? There's not a lot to do in Iowa, so he probably was just out of his mind.
But I don't know how somebody didn't just beat the crap out of him if he's running around with it, like one of the other guests or something. If he's running around threatening people. And,
yeah, they might have just thought better of it just because of he appears to be out of it. He appears to be high.
But you also don't want to get that close to a naked man.
Right.
Yeah, that's
yeah. We'll call the cops.
Ace TJ 5G. Thanks for watching Ace TJ TV. Please make sure you like and subscribe. We'll be right back. And now, a flashback from the Ace and TJ Dailies.
And the question is, which show member would you least trust with your darkest secret? And things have changed since I originally brought this up earlier in the week. Things have changed. Who would you least trust with your darkest secret? Right now, in the lead, with 35% of the vote, is Alexis.
Really?
They would least trust you with their darkest secret.
I wonder why.
Well,
I don't tell anybody secrets.
Maybe they figure because far too often you don't have complete control of your faculties.
Mm-hmm.
You think that could be it, Regan?
Your faculties are out of order.
Yeah.
I always assume that means like pooping on yourself.
That's not what it
Control
means.
his faculties.
Your faculties.
It doesn't mean that.
Pooping yourself.
What is that?
Control my faculties.
Incontinence.
Incontinence. Yeah. I assume that's the same thing. Are they pooping on themselves?
It's
not.
It's really
what
bad.
are you talking about? No.
Really bad, really bad. All his faculties are right there in his bed.
But speaking of pooping on yourself, Ace is runner-up in this poll.
Thanks.
A close second, but Alexis with a hearty lead.
But I predicted when you mentioned this the other day, I predicted I would win because I am bad to share things on the radio, and I try not to.
Exactly. He actually has data and proven facts that he can't keep a secret.
But I've gotten better at it as I've gotten older
Because no one's told you their secrets.
I wish I could remember that secret about you. I would tell him.
A secret.
That's losing control of your faculties right there. That's what that is.
For all things Ace and TJ, subscribe to the Ace and TJ YouTube channel.
I know I got the bag. Everybody wanna be like me. Yeah. Everybody wanna be like me. Yeah.
This is the Ace and TJ Show live on acetj.tv.
Hey, if you listen to the Ace and TJ show, you may want to watch it as well on the YouTube. Go to our YouTube channel, and that can be found on YouTube. Ace TJ TV on YouTube.
It's a good place to start.
Yep, all kinds of stuff up there. We had a story of this this student at the University of South Florida. She's 19. And she babysits, and she says she loves the kids. It's a great job to have, playing with kids. And then she also takes care of the single dads. Again, not like the married dads who are coming in and, you know, giving her a ride home and that kind of stuff. It's the single dads, as she pointed out. And Riggins says that it's prostitution and that she's a dirty, dirty W.
I did not say that.
No, he didn't. I'm kidding, of course.
But it does seem like prostitution.
Yeah, and
it has a hint of prostitution in it.
And the people online don't have, I mean, they're not freaking out about it and saying, this is, you know, trashy and she should not be allowed around kids and all that. Most people are, you know, and it's the women that we've asked for their opinions. If they're single and consenting, go for it. You know,
get that bag, sis. Yeah, that's what Kayla said.
Yeah,
sounds like Alexis.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because, you know, a lot of people don't have morals anymore. That's fine. It's just the way our culture is going. They're fine.
I am surprised at the number of women who've responded and like, go for it. If it works for you, do it. If that was his personal life before me, that's fine. But her services would no longer be needed once we got together. Oh, sure.
But I don't see very many women dating a guy and then, you know, finding out later, hey, yeah, I had a babysitter that, you know, I paid her to babysit, and then we had dealings when I would get home from whatever event that I had to be out at. And then there would be so many questions about, so you, like, was it every time? Or was it part of the deal? There was an old man that I knew back in Louisiana who had a woman that would come clean his house once a week. He was divorced and had been for years and years. And he would come in and pay her. He would know what day she'd be there. And before she would leave, he'd come in and pay her for cleaning his house. And one day she just said, you know, we can whatever if you want to. And because she just liked him. So that kind of became part of the deal.
What? Yeah, I mean, that would be nuts.
But again, because she
just like this, the same situation, like this. But that's the only time they ever saw each other, or they didn't have a social life together. It was, every Wednesday. All right, so I gotta leave the office and go pay my housekeeper.
Was she significantly younger than he was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Do you think it means that I take this? Do you think it means can she still be a good babysitter and be this, essential, some would say prostitute at the same time?
Yeah, I think so.
I would agree.
But it's the making of the TikToks while you're standing in the kid's room. Like the pictures up here that we have of the screenshots from her TikTok, where she's obviously in a little child's room with toys and all behind her, and she's talking about what all she does for the single dads. That is a little problematic to me as far as being a good babysitter, why you would have to go to the kid's room to do that.
And especially when you're making a TikTok about doing extras for the dad. Don't be doing that in my kid's room.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Nothing in the background of that particular message should have, Fisher Price written on it. Or any kind of princess castle or something. So that's a little problematic.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think it's the actual act taking place as part of the business transaction that changes. If she were a babysitter and he came in and paid her and she left, and then the next night they went and hooked up, that had nothing to do with babysitting, nobody would bat an eye at that. They'd be like, oh, well, he's dating the babysitter or whatever. But since it's all part of the same transaction, is where it looks bad. What, Riggins?
Nothing. I'm just picturing her making like dino nuggets at 8 o'clock and doing the dirty. It's just wild. Yeah, I think having it that close together is a problem. Like, I think a crackhead could probably be a great babysitter. But, I mean, not for my kids, but for somebody's kids, they're probably great.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
When is it ever celebrated for a celebrity to do something special for a male superfan? It's a little deep thinking coming up next.
This is the Ace and TJ Show. Want to see your business on Ace TJ TV? Contact us now at acetj@acetj.com. The show will be right back.
Who is advertising with the Ace and TJ Show?
We are so excited to be a part of the Ace and TJ family, long time listeners, and delighted to have our business now a part of the family.
The Ace and TJ Show is radio, podcasts, video, social media, streaming, live appearances, and more. Get your company on before it's too late. acetj@acetj.com or acetjmedia.com.
If you have a business and you want to take your advertisements to the next level, then you need to be using Ace TJ Media. You want the most creative content for digital, video, and audio? It's all at Ace TJ Media. Go to acetjmedia.com.
And now, a flashback from the Ace and TJ Dailies.
Okay, hey, so glad to be here today. Y'all have no idea how much being here today means after what I went through yesterday. This is TJ, and I know my absence was greatly felt yesterday on the show by the entire country, nay, the world. I had surgery yesterday, and I got to be honest, as brave as I am, yesterday was, I was a little on edge, even as brave as I am to have, that major surgery done. I had a colonoscopy, and then whatever they call it, where they look down your throat and check your esophagus and all of that.
Double major surgery.
My entire insides were photographed yesterday, and the doctor did say that my internals are the most photogenic he's ever seen. Not surprising. Although my colon hates to be on video just as much as I do. He said that the colon griped the entire time about having to do video.
Yeah.
Just like
Your colon's camera shy?
Mm-hmm. Couldn't get the right angle on it. And colon said it looked fat at that angle. And
it's like up until.
It was crazy.
Thought your colon was empty. Still thought it looked fat?
Yeah, that's the thing. And today, on the heels of that, I'm having oral surgery.
Oh, what's today?
I have to have that oral surgery where they go in with those sharp those sharp instruments and scrape on your teeth and stick, to your gums and.
You're getting a cleaning.
Well, that's what laymen call it.
I can't hear the most.
But it's oral. It's an oral procedure. Yes.
It's a procedure, Alexis.
Yes.
And you guys say I'm dramatic.
But I mean, it takes it takes a fighter actually to have a colonoscopy one day and an oral surgery the next. I mean, I don't brag on myself a lot, but there are times when I do feel like people should recognize that I'm pretty much superhuman.
That's TJ.
Yeah.
Pretty much superhuman.
Matter of fact, that's my new name, TJ Superhuman. And I'm a little nervous about today, a little anxious.
And this is
because I just came off of that. I had the Michael Jackson propofol yesterday for my surgery I had.
Did you fall through it?
Yeah.
And let's don't get this confused. This is not the same thing as when people say TJ is a superhuman.
Yeah, this is an adjective.
It's more about his deeds.
Yeah.
Who he is. This is physically he's.
This is his biology.
Right.
He's a superhuman.
So he is a superhuman who is superhuman.
Yeah, superhuman as an adjective is what I'm speaking about now. Yeah. I'm speaking on that.
Speak on.
Well, do something superhuman right now.
I'm doing it after the show. I'm going to get oral surgery.
I think what he's saying is being here today after what he went through yesterday is superhuman.
And I'm not having any anesthesia today. Under this oral surgery I'm having, I'm not doing any anesthesia.
Wow. Aren't you just a brave?
So that's how tough I am.
I see. I hope to be like that one day.
So, I'm not the type of person to ask for prayers. Because I don't like to burden others. That's a part of being superhuman. You don't want to burden other people. But just, if you could think a good thought. And today would be probably one of those days where people don't wish they were me.
Yeah. Yesterday
and today are the 2 days that people wish they don't wish that they were me, Every other day that's on Santa's, biggest list. People, what Christmas wish? Bring me to be like TJ. Yeah. So, just thought I would catch everybody up, let you know what's going on personally and professionally.
If you're so inclined to send donations, I'll be handling those personally and professionally, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Send them in the form of good vibes.
Right.
Is that good, Alexis?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
For all things Ace and TJ, subscribe to the Ace and TJ YouTube channel.
There are so many choices when it comes to homeowners insurance. If you're looking for an agent that can make sure that the program is customized to your family and help you explain coverages in words you understand, then give us a call.
This is the Ace and TJ Show live on acetj.tv.
Trust me, trust me. Yellow. I saw a story this morning about country superstar Lainey Wilson and fellow Louisianian Lainey Wilson, and she also plays on Yellowstone as well. She's got a part on Yellowstone. My wife absolutely loves her, just nonstop. Oh, she is so sweet and so cute, and still acts like I don't know who Lainey Wilson is. Every time she comes on TV, there's Lainey Wilson. That's that Lainey Wilson, that girl from Louisiana. So I know.
Got it.
I know.
Got it.
I'm in the business. I know who that is. But there was a sweet story about her bringing a super fan onto the stage with her. And, you know, a lot of people are doing that now at their concerts. And she brought a girl on stage up there with her who's they described her as a super fan. But no celebrities ever do that for men who are super fans.
Do they not?
A guy could be a super fan of... Lizzo, maybe. But if there's a guy who's a super fan, quote unquote, of a female performer, then he gets tagged with creepiness.
Yeah.
If it's a female performer, you're right. Usually, like, that's a little weird.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, unless he's gay. Then it's okay. But if it's a heterosexual guy who is a super fan of a female performer, and it could be that he's just a super fan of her work and he thinks she's so talented and whatever. But if he shows how super of a fan he is, he gonna get a restraining order probably. And I'm not saying I'm against it.
Yeah.
Because, you know, if you're upset by that, just think about how many people before you have been and set the tone for being creepy and stalkers and stuff with female performers,
You just
women
have to understand
performers.
that. Would a guy allow a guy super fan up on stage with him or something like that?
Yeah.
And wouldn't think anything about it.
Or a young, like a college age guy would come on stage and shred with, you know, a great guitar player or whatever. You see that kind of stuff. But it just never happens the other way.
Mm-mm. No, it doesn't. Thank God.
Yeah.
That'd be super weird to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm guilty. A lot of times if a guy says he's a super fan of a female artist, you kind of like,
Because it tends to sometimes have a sexual connotation to it. But it is possible that a guy can be a super fan of a woman performer and not have any attraction to her physically at all. It's possible.
That's true. It is possible. You just don't think of that.
Mm-hmm. It is nearly impossible, but still possible.
I guess in theory, but have you ever seen that?
No.
Never, right? I don't know that is true.
Mm-mm.
I don't think that is possible.
And I would start using examples, you know, of where it could be possible, but then women would get mad at me for talking about women celebrities that I'm insulting them or whatever.
Yeah. Who's that?
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
It's an important day in my life, and it's an important day for the world. I'll tell you why coming up in Now Trending.
This is the Ace and TJ Show. The Ace and TJ Show will be back in less than 3 minutes.
Ace TJ 5G presents Today in History.
Hey, it's Ace, and today in history, 17 years ago, a mom just went for a drive with her child, and the whole world went crazy. We'll give you the details next.
We out of here. And your box fan. We don't have space for it. Sorry. We out of here. That will fit. Woo, we swagging out on this trip, y'all.
Oh, finally. Okay. We got some tables.
That's how you be like, eee. I like that. Just slide it right on in.
Who is advertising with the Ace and TJ Show?
Here at Sweet Dreams, we love to kick back and listen to our favorite podcast, TJ and Jody's House, and hear them mention all the time the awesome furniture they got from us at Sweet Dreams. And just today, we actually had a customer come and buy a whole house full of furniture because they heard us on TJ and Jody's House.
The Ace and TJ Show is radio, podcasts, video, social media, streaming, live appearances, and more. Get your company on before it's too late. Ace TJ at acetj.com or acetjmedia.com.
Is that bacon?
Oh, good morning, sunshine. How'd you sleep on your Sweet Dreams mattress?
Fresh baked cinnamon rolls?
At Sweet Dreams Mattress and Furniture, we won't actually come to your house without your prior consent, and we would never let ourselves in. What you have just witnessed is simply a dramatization of how much we care, which is like a whole lot. Sweet Dreams Mattress and Furniture.
Sounds like a sweet deal to me.
Ace TJ 5G presents Today in History.
It was 17 years ago today, February 6th, 2006. Britney Spears was photographed illegally driving around Malibu with her infant son, Sean Preston, sitting in her lap. And everybody went wild. Now, are there more important things that happened on this day? Yes, but that one seems to be the most memorable. That's Today in History.
You're watching Morning Radio. Welcome to the Ace and TJ Show on Ace TJ TV. More show than you can get on the radio. This is Ace TJ 5G.
Let's go boom.
TJ and Jody's House. I don't usually like saying this, but drops today. So a new edition of the podcast. It's live at 11 Eastern this morning on our YouTube channel, and then you can download it for an audio podcast, or you can watch it later, however you want to do it. It's sponsored by Sweet Dreams Mattress and Furniture. We love them, Sweet Dreams Mattress and Furniture. If you want to check them out, go to acetj.com/mattress.
So this has come up again. The Super Bowl is less than a week away. And again, people are talking about the fact that should the Monday after the Super Bowl be declared a national holiday? Theory being everybody's tired and hungover. Alexis mentioned this last week that Monday should be a holiday. Well, in Tennessee, they introduced a bill last week to make it a state holiday instead of Columbus Day. So they would give up Columbus Day to make the day after the Super Bowl be a holiday. Now, as the two go, I think people would probably prefer, most people don't care about Columbus Day anyway. They don't, so people would prefer to have the day after the Super Bowl off. They did change course Friday. Now they want to keep Columbus Day and add Super Bowl Monday.
Well, yeah, and the ones coming up with that are government workers. Because we already have 11 national holidays that government people don't have to work. So that's about one a month.
And a school district near Philadelphia, it's in New Jersey, but Philly's right there close to Jersey. They've already announced they're starting classes 2 hours late Monday because the Eagles are in the Super Bowl, knowing all their students and their parents and all the teachers, everybody's going to stay up late to watch the Super Bowl. They say millions of Americans call in sick anyway, so why not lean into it? And studies have found it is one of the most unproductive work days of the year.
It's a shame.
So they are still discussing the fact that, and obviously the answer would be to move the Super Bowl to Saturday, but they would never do that because now that takes away another night of events that the NFL puts on that they make a fortune from.
Well, if we really want the day off on Monday, or we really want the day after the Super Bowl off, then you got to start boycotting the NFL.
What, to get them to move the...
Yeah, so go, all right, well, if you don't move it, then we're just not watching it.
Yeah. So
it may take a couple of years. We got to stick together.
I'm curious to see what happens in Tennessee if that bill passes.
Ace TJ 5G.
In. We forgot to go. Get the giant mannequin or whatever that we're going to use to sit in the chair while Alexis is gone for the camera shot. I forgot. I don't know where to get that, but get a little creepy doll to sit in the chair.
Just have it delivered to your house. Scare Jody.
Oh, I thought you were going to say like those other dolls. Rob.
Hey, Rob, come on now.
Now trending on the Ace and TJ Show.
Well, it's an important day. Today is my dog Riley's birthday. It's his 5th birthday today.
Yay,
so I got to spend all afternoon coming up with the perfect Instagram post to celebrate and a cute caption to put underneath it. So I've been thinking about that a lot today. But yeah, 5 years. 5 years old. Love that dog. But it is not the most important thing to happen today. Subway has announced that they are doing away with pre-sliced meats.
Yeah, I saw that last week.
They're going into a deli cutting system like you would see at Jimmy John's or at Jersey Mike's.
Yeah, Jersey Mike's.
The Subway CEO said, listen, we're the only sub shop that when you go into, you don't find the deli slicer. So this is going to make a lot more work for the employees. But actually, it might result in a better sandwich.
I heard it was going to be automatic where the employees aren't even running it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But it will certainly add more time if you've got to
Sure.
wait for it to spit the meat out.
What would they do? Just with employees not running it, they just like shove a block of turkey up there and it would cut it automatically.
I guess, or they push a button and say, "We need, I need some turkey."
Yeah.
And just hit it.
Yeah, I don't know how that. I don't know how that would work.
A block of turkey.
If you watch when they go to, if you're at Jersey Mike's and they it's like a block of turkey. It looks like they put up in the thing and it goes back and forth slicing it.
So it might just be like the appearance of it just seems fresher, but Subway needs to do something because I know they've been struggling for a couple of years because there's I'm not sure why. I don't know if it's the proliferation of sub sandwich places, but they need to make a couple changes. I think it's the most common food franchise out there, bigger than McDonald's. They have more locations.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So looking to switch things up over there.
I love that Jimmy John's though.
Never had it.
And a lot of times diet crazes will have an effect on certain industries. So with whenever Atkins came along, a lot of these sub places got a huge shot to their businesses, bakeries and stuff like that, because they couldn't have carbs. And then keto came along, and I think not nearly to the extent of Atkins when it first hit the scene, but keto showed, I think, a little bit of a downturn in places that sell carbs and stuff.
Makes sense. I don't know how you guys feel about Amazon introducing the Palm to Pay at Whole Foods. I don't know how often you guys are shopping at Whole Foods, but it creates a Palm signature for every user. So now you can just pay with your hand instead of using a debit card or tap to pay.
Yeah, it seems like those are the type of people who would be okay with that.
He shops at Whole Foods.
I used to shop there all the time. I love Whole Foods.
Yeah.
What? There as a store, it's fantastic, and I like the Whole Foods hot bar and their beer.
I was just pointing. TJ said those kind of people are okay with that, so I'm just trying to figure out what kind of person.
When I lived uptown, I was that kind of person. Whole Foods was into the block, and so that was where I did my regular shopping.
And what kind of person you said? Yeah, Riggins, liberals and liberal wannabes.
Ooh.
Shop at Whole Foods. That's right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He wants to be sometimes, but he knows it's not logical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's right. He's kind of like Harry Styles is with being gay. He dips into that Whole Foods area and all that kind of stuff, but then when it comes down to it, he's still a conservative, but he likes to be a little bit ambiguous sometimes.
A little lib curious.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Go down.
He's a lib baiter.
He's a lib baiter.
Go down and eat from their delicious hot bar, and I'm wanting to be a lib all of a sudden.
Drinking your greens and your
booch,
your kombucha. Yeah, I didn't really think about it yet. You might be
paying with his fingerprints.
Sure.
Getting an eye scan.
Yeah, I didn't realize that being healthy and taking your greens every day meant you were a liberal person all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that! Mr. Todd has put Alexis on the camera shot. A picture of her is now sitting in her chair on her YouTube stream. I just noticed that.
Good.
It's pretty funny.
Look at that. And then if you propose at Cracker Barrel on Valentine's Day, you could win free food for a year. So listen, I think that's a great place to have a marriage proposal.
It's a little wholesome contest there. I think that's cool.
I love that. And who wouldn't want free food from Cracker Barrel? So this weekend, I had a busy week. I had a dryer repairman coming over. I had to go to my parents' house. A lot of things happened in a 48-hour time span, and I'm going to share some of those things with you coming up next.
This is the Ace and TJ Show. The Ace and TJ Show will be back in less than 3 minutes.
Ace TJ 5G presents Today in History.
Hey, it's Ace, and today in history, 17 years ago, a mom just went for a drive with her child, and the whole world went crazy. We'll give you the details next.
We out of here. Ain't your box fan. We don't have space for it. Sorry. We out of here. That will fit. Woo, we swagging out on this trip, y'all.
Oh, finally. Okay. We got some tables.
That's how you be like, eee. I like that. Just slide it right on in.
Who is advertising with the Ace and TJ Show?
Here at Sweet Dreams, we love to kick back and listen to our favorite podcast, TJ and Jody's House, and hear them mention all the time the awesome furniture they got from us at Sweet Dreams. And just today, we actually had a customer come and buy a whole house full of furniture because they heard us on TJ and Jody's House.
The Ace and TJ Show is radio, podcasts, video, social media, streaming, live appearances, and more. Get your company on before it's too late. Ace TJ at acetj.com or acetjmedia.com.
Is that bacon?
Oh, good morning, Sunshine. How'd you sleep on your Sweet Dreams mattress?
Fresh baked cinnamon rolls?
At Sweet Dreams Mattress and Furniture, we won't actually come to your house without your prior consent, and we would never let ourselves in. What you have just witnessed is simply a dramatization of how much we care, which is like a whole lot. Sweet Dreams Mattress and Furniture.
Sounds like a sweet deal to me.
Ace TJ 5G presents Today in History.
It was 17 years ago today, February 6th, 2006. Britney Spears was photographed illegally driving around Malibu with her infant son, Sean Preston, sitting in her lap. And everybody went wild. Now, are there more important things that happened on this day? Yes, but that one seems to be the most memorable. That's Today in History.
You're watching Morning Radio. Welcome to the Ace and TJ Show on Ace TJ TV. Just you and us. This is Ace TJ 5G.
So this week's Fend for Yourselves, my cooking show on the YouTube, is going to feature something you can take to a sports watching party. Be a great thing for you to take to a sports watching party. And the Fend for Yourself show is sponsored by Omaha Steaks. Go to omahasteaks.com and at checkout use the promo code TJ and get $30 off. Minimum order may be required.
It's commonly known that fountain drinks from McDonald's are the best tasting. Everybody said, why does Coke taste so much better coming out of the fountain at McDonald's? And I think McDonald's has even posted on their website an answer to that question. They said it's a lot of things. They go through so much of it that the syrup is always fresh. So you're getting fresh Coke every time. It's mixed cold with the soda water. And their straw, their signature straw, is thicker and wider than a regular straw. That way, the Coke hits more of your taste buds at one time, giving you the sensation of a better flavor. But that might all be going away because McDonald's is now testing the strawless drink lids. Essentially, it looks like a sippy cup. They said it's part of their commitment to reduce customer-facing single-use plastics, making things more efficient and stuff like that. But it might look a lot like the Dunkin' lid, like where you flip it back, or the coffee lid where you flip back that plastic tab and hook it in there. My only issue with it is that, I don't want a sippy cup. I like that big, thick straw, and it works well for their drinks, especially when you're drinking a soda. So I'm not crazy about this, but it's a global commitment, they said. God. A clear plastic lid, pull back tab, testing it now, but we'll see if this becomes a thing.
Then remember, the entire straw theory of being bad for the ocean was created by a 9-year-old in a school project. It's not even true.
Is that right?
Yeah. And then the media and everybody else took it and ran with it, the environmentalists, and then got everybody to believe it.
Well, we saw that turtle with the straw up its nose. That was a tough pill to swallow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I'd like to find the person who did that for the picture.
That shoved the straw in the turtle's nose? Oh, my God. I hope not.
Yeah.
They should be in jail if that's true.
Yeah.
But they claim on their corporate website they've reduced virgin fossil fuel-based plastic since 2018. What are these words? I've never even heard of these things.
Just you and us. This is Ace TJ 5G. This is Ace TJ TV. The Ace and TJ Show will be right back.
Now, better ingredients, better pizza means that each bite of every Papa John's slice just keeps getting better. From that first bite you have to blow on, to that second bite of crispy, crunchy toppings, to that string of gooey, melty cheese. And just when you're thinking this cannot get any better, you get to the crust and you realize it's not just any crust. Oh no, it's epic stuffed crust that's hand-stuffed with cheese. Better ingredients, better pizza, even better when it's stuffed.
And now, a flashback from the Ace and TJ Dailies.
So, Alexis, how cute is this? And how much is this the universe and energy and whatever else kind of manifesting that you talk about?
Mm-hmm.
Marine scientists claim that dolphins are forming little boy bands to attract mates. They perform synchronized movements and even sing in unison.
Stop. I love it. Some little dolphin Backstreet Boys.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That's cute.
Out there showing off.
Little dolphin in sync.
I love it.
Yeah. Trying to get the female dolphin groupies gathered around.
Look at what we can do.
I can see where that's possible though, because dolphins are pretty smart. They do mate similarly to the way humans do. I can see where they could do something along those lines. I think calling it a boy band is a little extreme, but you get the idea.
But yeah, and they will try to mate with humans as well.
Yeah. Stop.
Oh,
They
no,
do.
that's true. They
You
do.
never heard of that?
No.
Look that. Google that. Those videos they're disturbing.
Like when you go
what?
do those swim with the dolphin things, they'll tell you where you shouldn't pet the dolphin because it will excite him, and yeah.
Are you guys lying?
No,
Look it up.
Oh my God.
They're randy little things.
I love dolphins.
Yeah, there are pictures or videos of people, being pinned down by the dolphin on the shore or whatever.
What? You're lying.
I'm not lying. I'm not lying.
Videos of a dolphin pinning down a human and mating with them?
Yeah, trying to.
What?
Look it up.
I'd rather not. I don't know if I want to.
We were first introduced to this years ago. We didn't believe it either. It was like, whoa, this is crazy. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You're not going anywhere.
I'm on YouTube. Yeah, that's
like,
exactly
what?
right. I get, whatever. You get the idea.
For all things Ace and TJ, subscribe to the Ace and TJ YouTube channel.
When disaster strikes, you can count on the emergency damage experts at Paul Davis. Fire, flood, mold, or a storm, it doesn't matter. You can contact Paul Davis. Always devoted, always polite, always respectful of your needs. Learn more at acetj.com/Paul Davis.
If you want to sleep better and lose weight, then the product that you need is called Calitrin, or you can pronounce it Calitrin. Very easy for you to get. Just go to acetj.com/weight loss. acetj.com/weight loss for Calitrin.
The Johnson Group Facility Services is a commercial cleaning company that focuses more on customer satisfaction than the bottom line, because each customer works directly with the owners every step of the way. If you need any commercial cleaning, the Johnson Group can handle it. Get details at acetj.com/clean.
In reality, it just looks like some dirty water. But they say it looks like chocolate milk, which is a pretty rare phenomenon. So,
what, chocolate milk?
The
in Arizona,
chocolate milk at the falls.
Oh,
so it's 181 feet, bigger than Niagara Falls, and not nearly as beautiful when you take a look at it. But it is kind of a cool thing to see because it doesn't happen that often. The chocolate falls in Arizona, and that is what's now trending.
So where is Viagra Falls? Because Niagara Falls is in Canada, right on the border. Right. So where would Viagra Falls be? I have to look that up, Rob.
They should find some. They should, Nakalula Falls should be renamed. They should buy the naming rights to that so they can call it Viagra Falls. That would be amazing. Just amazing.
Yeah, or at least, the drug companies sponsor.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Like get the naming rights to it. It didn't even have to be a big waterfall, just any waterfall.
Yeah.
like coming out of a ditch or something.
If they want to preserve all these places, just let corporate sponsors.
Yeah.
Or do it at a water park. Like, hey, take the Viagra Falls ride at the water park.
Yeah.
Like Six Flags, they could rename their log ride Viagra Falls. Boom. There you go.
For all things Ace and TJ, subscribe to the Ace and TJ YouTube channel. Mornings just got way better. You can now watch the Ace and TJ show live, weekdays from 6 to 9 a.m. Eastern. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and wake up with us every morning. This is Ace TJ TV.
If you're constantly struggling with losing weight and you are, finding yourself constantly saying, oh, I just can't get over this hump. I just can't do this. I just can't do that. I can't get it together. I can't lose weight. Then you need to order Calitrin today, because Calitrin is not there as some sort of a quick fix for you, like a drug, some kind of diet drug that you take and lose a bunch of weight really fast. And then as soon as you stop taking it, then all of a sudden you blow back up again. It's not like that. It's collagen, the high quality collagen that is used in the promotion of fat loss and lean muscle. And the people who work at Calitrin, who run the place, are great. When you're dealing with them, you're going to feel like you're dealing with somebody in your own family. There are people who really care about you and the success that you have in losing weight when you're using their product. There's a huge success rate from Calitrin, people using Calitrin. You can see that on, on their website. acetj.com/weight loss will get you there. And if you buy 3 months supply right now, you get 1 month free and $30 off your order. So that's a big, big sale that they have. So buy 3 months, get 1 month free plus $30 off. acetj.com/weight loss for Calitrin.
All right, I'll share this really quickly. I had a problem with my dryer. It's brand new. I got it in August, and I love it, but it failed within 3 months. So on Friday, I was dreading, and I said, I can't take a nap on Friday because I got the dryer repairman coming. And everybody said, oh, it's going to be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. They'll fix it. No problem. So here's the question. Did the repairman fix the dryer? Do you want to take bets now?
You don't know the answer yet?
I do know the answer.
Oh, you do? I'm going to say yes.
No, he did not. So I'm now going on 3 weeks with no drying ability.
Wait, he did show up though, right?
He did, and said, "Oh, it's faulty. I've never seen anything like it." Or like, "Of course you haven't. I've got the worst dryer ever." They don't make them like they used to. I'm sure it's made in China or somewhere. So he was not able to fix it. I said, "When do you think?" He said, "Well, we'll have the part mailed to you, and it should be here within a week." So I'm going on another week of no dryer. So, not great. I have clothes hanging up around my house as a sort of makeshift clothesline indoors. Not ideal. Everything I'm wearing is very crispy. I have cuts on everything. So I called my mom, and this is what she said. She said, well, come over. You can do laundry at our house. It'll be perfect. Your father's going to be gone all day. And then I hear in the background, what the hell? It's perfect because I'm gone all day? He goes, Tom, I wasn't even, that's not what I meant. It sounds like it's what you meant. So I went over to her house, and things took a turn for the better throughout the day. I'm going to share the reason why and why it completely turned my day around coming up next.
The Ace and TJ Show. The Ace and TJ Show will be back in less than 3 minutes.
Ace TJ 5G presents Today in History.
Hey, it's Ace, and today in history, 17 years ago, a mom just went for a drive with her child, and the whole world went crazy. We'll give you the details next. Whether you are buying or selling a home, Chambers & Associates Realty team is here to help, because this is what they do. They are experts, they are experienced, and they know what you need to get through this process easily. Again, whether you're buying or selling, call them 704-439-6232, 704-439-6232, or visit them online at lkncharlottehomes.com. That's lkncharlottehomes.com.
Who is advertising with the Ace and TJ Show?
We are so excited to be a part of the Ace and TJ family, long time listeners, and delighted to have our business now a part of the family.
The Ace and TJ Show is radio, podcasts, video, social media, streaming, live appearances, and more. Get your company on before it's too late. Ace TJ at acetj.com or acetjmedia.com.
Hello, if you are a business owner, we know what it's like to be in business. From HR to accounting, we know the struggles, and we're here to help you with insurance so we can take one thing off your plate.
Ace TJ 5G presents Today in History.
It was 17 years ago today, February 6th, 2006. Britney Spears was photographed illegally driving around Malibu with her infant son, Sean Preston, sitting in her lap. And everybody went wild. Now, are there more important things that happened on this day? Yes, but that one seems to be the most memorable. That's Today in History.
You're watching Morning Radio. Welcome to the Ace and TJ Show on Ace TJ TV. You and us, this is Ace TJ 5G.
You can go on the road with the Ace and TJ Show in the new edition of Ace at Large that's up now on our YouTube channel. Ace TJ TV is our YouTube channel. The new edition of Ace at Large was filmed while we were out on the road going to Greenville for a live show. We had a lot of fun, but it's getting a lot of great feedback. And if you're watching on YouTube now, Riggins is showcasing what looks like a memorial photo of Alexis that's up on the screen. Ace at Large is sponsored by Gaston County. Look, this is that rare time of year, and Gaston County is that rare place where there are so many great ways to make memories, indoors and outdoors. There are lots of things to do. You will be surprised when you go to acetj.com/Gaston when you see the rundown of all the great stuff there is to do, whether it's hiking, whether it's the snowless sledding at Chutes. There's all kinds of things to do. Plus, great shopping that maybe you've never thought about Gaston County as a great shopping destination. It's a phenomenal shopping destination. They've got everything. Indoors, outdoors, a great place to make memories with your families this time of year. It's Gaston County. acetj.com/Gaston.
There's a Maine named Michael Anthony Dixon who's been arrested outside of a jail in Atlanta. They say that he was in a part of the jail grounds that he shouldn't have been, and they caught up to him. He was carrying a box cutter, and he's accused of sneaking in contraband to the inmates. Because after they got him in custody, they started searching the grounds where he was, and they said that they found a bag in a nearby brush, and the bag contained cocaine, packs of cigarettes, lighters, marijuana, ear pods, hex keys, glue, sweets, jewelry, charging cords, and some chicken wings. Now, I don't know if that's one person he's trying to get this stuff in there too, allegedly, or if they just took orders like, hey, who wants something? My friend's going to bring by, he's going to sneak it in this broken window back here. What do y'all want? You need any? Well, you need charging cords. You need a lighter and some marijuana. All right, we got that. He wants his earbuds. Get him a pair of earbuds. And then somebody said, I would just like some chicken wings. Yeah. That's all I need. Chicken wings.
Can I get 10 lemon pepper, please?
And bring me my watch. Jewelry.
Yeah.
Where are you going?
And I wonder what the glue is for.
I don't know. And the hex keys.
Mm-hmm. No, maybe they're trying to build something they shouldn't be building.
Spaceship. Yeah.
You want some cocaine? No, man, I don't need none of that. I just want some chicken wings.
Just give me some wings.
I wonder if they were cooked or raw.
They were cooked.
They were cooked wings.
Mm-hmm.
You want a pass key to open up your cell? No, just some wings.
And I wonder if they said where to get the wings. Like, don't bring any wings from Chili's in here. I want some Applebee's wings.
Yeah,
I want Hooters wings or whatever.
D.D. Peckers.
But that's what I would have ordered in jail.
Sure.
I would rather have wings.
Ace TJ 5G. Thanks for watching Ace TJ TV. Please make sure you like and subscribe. We'll be right back. And now, a flashback from the Ace and TJ Dailies.
And the question is, which show member would you least trust with your darkest secret? And things have changed since I originally brought this up earlier in the week. Things have changed. Who would you least trust with your darkest secret? Right now, in the lead, with 35% of the vote, is Alexis.
Really?
They would least trust you with their darkest secret.
I wonder why.
Well,
I don't tell anybody secrets.
Maybe they figure because far too often you don't have complete control of your faculties.
Mm-hmm.
You think that could be it, Riggins?
No. Your faculties are out of order.
Yeah.
I always assume that means like pooping on yourself.
Couldn't not what it
control
means.
his faculties.
Your faculties.
It doesn't mean that.
Pooping yourself.
What is that?
Control my faculties.
Incontinence.
Incontinence, yeah. That's the same thing. Are they pooping on themselves?
It's not.
really
what
bad.
are you talking about? No.
Really bad, really bad. All his faculties are right there in his bed.
But speaking of pooping on yourself, Ace is runner-up in this poll.
Thanks.
A close second, but Alexis with a hearty lead.
But I predicted when you mentioned this the other day, I predicted I would win because I am bad to share things on the radio, and I try not to.
Exactly. He actually has data and proven facts that he can't keep a secret.
But I've gotten better at it as I've gotten older.
Because no one's told you their secrets.
I wish I could remember that secret about you. I would tell him.
A secret.
That's losing control of your faculties right there. That's what that is.
For all things Ace and TJ, subscribe to the Ace and TJ YouTube channel.
I know I got the bag. Everybody wanna be like me. I know I got the bag. Everybody wanna be like me. Yeah. Everybody wanna be like me. Yeah.
This is the Ace and TJ Show live on acetj.tv.
Make sure you're watching on YouTube at the Ace TJ Show, or no, excuse me, at Ace TJ TV. I know Alexis is watching, even though she's not here today. She's watching from the comfort of somewhere. She said she thought it was very funny that we have a little picture of her sitting in her empty chair.
Yeah. It does look like a memorial photo.
Yeah,
like you would see at a graveside service.
She's at her mama's house, right?
I have no
Where
idea.
she is. I think so.
So
she said
they got cable out in the country, or the internet out in the country. So yeah, at Ace TJ TV, you can go check it out. So on Saturday, I went to my parents' house in the retirement home, because my dad was going to be gone all day, and to my mom that meant it was going to be a perfect day. Which he did not appreciate at all. But he was out doing some activities with one of his friends, Joe Lasagna. I mean, it was like the most Italian name I've ever heard in my life. So how did he get there? You have the car? And she goes, yeah, his friend Joe Lazanguki picked him up. I went, oh, wow, great. So he was gone all day. So I'm doing my laundry because my dryer's broke and I have to wait another week to get it fixed. And my mom said, well, I'm going to go to the grocery store. I got to pick up a few things. Do you want anything? And I thought, now the stars have aligned. Yep. My dad's not around, and my mom's offering to get me some stuff at the grocery store. I said, yeah, I actually do. I need some toilet paper and maybe some like noodles, things like that I can eat with chicken and stuff like that. So she goes, you know what? I'll take care of it. And I thought, oh, yes. So she goes off to the grocery store, gets some stuff. I'm doing my laundry, and then she calls me on the way home. She said, I'm going to stop by, grab some lunch. Do you want anything? And I thought, yes, I do. So she brings home lunch for the two of us. And I start to go to unload the groceries from the car. And she said, we'll eat first, and then you can get the groceries. So I finish up my laundry. We eat lunch. I'm like, this day has turned around incredibly. Like, I'm having a great day now. I start unloading the groceries, and there she's got a trunk full of stuff for me. Beef, pork, chicken, noodles, canned goods, bags of vegetables, and toilet paper, and laundry detergent. And I start loading that stuff into my car, and she goes, and I got a frozen Lou Malnati's pizza from Chicago waiting in there. You can take that. Italian sausage, ice cream sandwiches. I mean, she has loaded me up beyond belief. And I start putting my laundry in my car. She goes, you're not leaving yet, right? And I go, why? And she goes, I'm going to make you a lasagna, and I'm going to make you this orzo dish that I just came up with, and maybe a cake or something. And I went, okay, I'm sitting back down. She makes me an entire tray of lasagna, this spice cake that I have not tried yet, and this orzo salad on top of all of the, must have been $200 worth of groceries she bought. And she goes, you know what? That was a problem. I realized how much I love buying for other people. Like, it's fun, but it's dangerous. I'm glad your father's not here. And I said, yeah, me too. Because he keeps, when I start going through their pantry, he starts looking at what I'm taking, and he's like, I like that. Don't take that. She's like, Tom, just relax. So I ended up with like just a ton of groceries, and I thanked her, and she texted me this morning, how was the lasagna? She was still awake at 2 a.m. because she's like an all-nighter now. And I said, lasagna was incredible, perfect, thank you for everything. And she goes, well, you made my day. Like, me being there made her day.
Yeah.
It's just the best. So
Now,
very lucky.
If your brother Kevin goes over there,
sure,
with his wife and kids, does she load Kevin up when he leaves?
In a way,
Okay.
yeah. But she recognizes
in a way,
that.
not the same way.
Well, he wouldn't even take it.
Does stuff for the kids though. I'm
Oh,
sure, right?
gosh,
like the
yes.
kids and the kids are always okay.
Yeah,
That's the same thing.
Yeah. So, but I'm the baby of the family, and she wants to take care of me, and she knows I live alone. She feels bad for me, I guess, because my dryer was broken. I don't know, but it just turned into an incredible day, and so thankful to have great parents.
How long did it take you to get everything in the house once you got home? Because the way you make it sound like it would take 10, 15 trips.
It took maybe 5 trips or something like that. But, it was well worth it. I'm bringing in free stuff, and now I have toilet paper, and that's really what I care about.
But you know what I think is a real shame in this whole thing, Riggins, is that do you know how many people would feel the same way about you spending time with them, that you just made their day and you refuse to do it?
Right, yeah, there's probably a ton.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure.
You're just so stingy with yourself.
Yeah. I hide my light under a bushel.
You do. Now you hide it under a bushel, basket, and also in a cave.
Maybe that's true. Maybe that is true. Alexis is not here today, but she likes saying things are almost a religious experience. When she eats a good bowl of soup, it's almost like touching the hem of his garment, to quote a famous song. What is something like that for you? We'll find out coming up next.
The Ace and TJ Show. The Ace and TJ Show will be back in less than 3 minutes.
Is that bacon?
Oh, good morning, sunshine. How'd you sleep on your Sweet Dreams mattress?
Fresh baked cinnamon rolls?
At Sweet Dreams Mattress and Furniture, we won't actually come to your house without your prior consent, and we would never let ourselves in. What you have just witnessed is simply a dramatization of how much we care, which is like a whole lot. Sweet Dreams Mattress and Furniture.
Sounds like a sweet deal to me.
The mini lemon cream pie donut, a mini donut filled with lemon filling, dipped in icing, topped off with a dollop of cream and a dusting of powdered sugar.
I bet that would be good.
Yeah.
I want to hold the powdered sugar.
I was going to say the same thing. I'd hold the powdered sugar, but either way, with the powdered sugar, it sounds spectacular.
Oof. And then the mini Dutch apple pie donut, a mini donut filled with apple filling, dipped in caramel-flavored icing and topped with chopped cinnamon sprinkles, snickerdoodle cookie pieces, and a drizzle of caramel-flavored icing.
Yeah, all cooked in a Dutch oven.
Oh, yeah. And you'll be able to give somebody a Dutch oven after
Ew.
that.
Yeah.
Anybody ever given you a Dutch oven?
Nope.
You ever given somebody else
No.
a Dutch oven?
I have not.
Do you know what it is?
Yes.
Explain it. I'm just kidding.
In detail. Rob, have you ever given Meredith a Dutch oven?
No, not on purpose anyway.
How would you do it accidentally?
That's what I wanted to know. How would that work?
Somebody's under the covers and just sleeping. Like
Or that, you know, he's out of his head on that Ambien.
Yeah.
He does it and then just forces the cover over her head.
She wears a CPAP. So, you know, you just got to do it inside the,
So,
into
yeah.
the CPAP.
You just, you unhook the other end of the hose.
That's so disgusting.
That's wild.
That would be the funniest prank ever. If that worked, you fart into the CPAP machine. It's pretty funny.
Straight to the
Rob, do
noggin.
you both wear CPAPs or just Meredith?
Oh,
Just
that
Meredith.
would be
Okay. I probably
so
need one.
funny.
Yeah. 'Cause I think that what a beautiful sight that would be.
Oh
The two of
my
you side by side in
God.
bed, both wearing CPAP machines.
Yeah, I hope Jody's not listening to this. I don't want to give her any ideas.
Right?
For all things Ace and TJ, subscribe to the Ace and TJ YouTube channel. You're watching Morning Radio. Welcome to the Ace and TJ Show on Ace TJ TV. More show than you can get on the radio. This is Ace TJ 5G.
Let's go boom.
Now, I don't have any kids yet. I'm holding out hope, though. But when I do, one thing that does worry me is changing diapers. I've never changed a diaper before. I've got nephews and a niece, just never had to do it, which is fine with me. It's not something I think anybody looks forward to. But Ace is expecting a baby in June.
Yep.
And this may come just in time. Scientists from Penn State University have created a smart diaper with a built-in sensor that's able to send the parents a push notification on their phone when their child's diaper needs to be changed.
Okay. Doesn't seem to be necessary, but whatever.
The smart diapers are made of paper and have sodium chloride, which is salt, graphite, a circuit board, and a tiny lithium battery to power the whole thing and let parents know when their kid needs to be changed. Now, I don't know. Do you want a battery that close to your private parts, especially when you're a baby?
Well,
I just think the whole thing is dumb.
yeah, is it that necessary? Because you
No.
pretty much know.
Apparently not. I mean, people don't know it. I mean, why else would they need this? So once it gets wet, the graphite reacts with the liquid and salt, sodium chloride, and as it's absorbed by the paper, electrons will set off a sensor, and then you'll get the notification on your phone. Hey, your kid needs to be changed.
But it's pretty easy to look at a kid in a diaper and be able to tell that the diaper's wet.
Is it?
It's
Yeah.
easy. Yeah. And the only thing I would see this being beneficial for is if a person has lost their sense of smell. Because a lot of times if a baby's across the room and they need their dirty diaper changed, you can tell. You can smell it across the room or whatever. And so if you can't, then maybe that would help. But even at that, it's just like producing some kind of technology just because you can, not really because it's that helpful.
I think it could be a problem when mom leaves for the day and says to her husband, hey, you watch the kids today. Then she gets the notification on her phone. She said, hey, change his diaper. He's not going to appreciate that text message. He's going to go, yeah, I know how to change our kid's diaper. But she's going to be nagging him about, oh, you waited. I got that 15 minutes ago and you still haven't changed them. I'm watching on the cameras that are in the house. I just think this is going to cause chaos between a couple. But maybe I'm wrong. And maybe people need this.
But you're picturing this working, how it would have worked in your house growing up.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think my dad knew how to change the diaper. Maybe he does. I doubt it, though.
I'm sure he does.
You think?
Yeah, he has to.
I don't know.
Right? Would he have to?
I don't know. I don't know.
Ace TJ 5G.
So our little Alexis is not here today. She'll be back soon. But one thing I love about Alexis is her. She is not afraid to be dramatic when talking about everyday events, experiences, things in her life. Like when she eats a bowl of pho, which is a Vietnamese noodle soup, she said it touches her soul. And she kind of goes through life with this wide-eyed wonderment that I think there's something kind of charming about it. When she hears the birds outside the studio, she says, "Good morning, birds. Good morning, birds." I mean, there's something kind of charming, sort of, I don't know. I like it. It's very innocent in a way. And then you find out she's just some drug dealing. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. I just find her, the way she looks at life, nice. I like it. But millennials are known for being dramatic, as is Gen Z in some regards. But there was somebody who said, what was it? Oh, yeah, it was Lisa. She's from Finland. She started getting tattoos when she was 16. And she said now getting tattoos, it's almost a spiritual experience. She's 33, so she's a millennial. It's almost a spiritual experience. And I thought, well, what else is like that for you? Is there something that's almost a spiritual experience that has nothing to do with church or religion or God or praying or anything like that? It's just something normal in your everyday life that you swear it's so good, it touches your soul. It's spiritual.
I heard an overly dramatic morning disc jockey one time tell another radio person when they said, "Man, you've been going to the tanning bed? You look tan."
Just on the answers that we have on our Facebook page.
Yeah.
And Angie here says, "Cleaning my ears with a Q-tip."
Well, I mean, if you ever scratched like the inside of a dog's ear, they do make a face, like their eyes roll back in their head. So I guess maybe for a dog, but also it does feel good when you're putting a Q-tip in your ear, even though doctors say you're not supposed to do that. But they've yet to offer a great solution to not use a Q-tip. That's what I've noticed. Mm-hmm. They're good naysayers. Yeah. Don't do this. Okay, then what should I shove in my ear to get the wax out? But what is it for you? I don't really have anything like this. But Stephanie said that first sip of cold Diet Coke in the morning. Now, there's a Diet Coke addict. Yeah. I know people like that. Wow. That first sip when it touches your lips, it's so good. Dana said putting your head on the pillow when you're dead tired. I get that. And a lot of laundry things like slipping into the sheets when they're pulled tight on the bed with those like hospital corners, and it's just perfectly straight and taut. That is a good feeling.
There are very few feelings as good though when those brand new out of the dryer sheets hit the bed and you say, man, it just feels so unbelievably comfortable.
Yeah, and you won't be able to recreate that feeling until the next time you wash those sheets and put them on.
Yeah,
like that
it's going to be like another 35, 40 days before you feel that again.
The ball leaving your bat, and then in the instant that it leaves the bat, you know it's going out of the park.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Mm-hmm. Well, you don't even really feel the ball hit the bat. Yeah.
And it just jumps off the bat, and you're just like, wow, okay, that one's gone.
Yeah. There's probably one like that in every sport.
Every sport has
one. Like the three, like when it just leaves your fingers and you go, yeah, I got that. Yeah, that's a good one. I don't really have anything. Bobby Jean said settling down under my sofa with the TV turned down low with a good book, glass of wine, a couple of chocolate bonbons. I don't know what year this is. Bonbons. Knowing I'll fall asleep for a quick nap after my third sip of wine and 6 pages read. I mean, she's had this experience a couple of times. Love that. Now, nothing is more dramatic than Alexa saying a bowl of soup touched her soul. That might take the cake, I think. It has to.
Mm-hmm. Or the moon talking to her.
Did she say that?
Yeah, she says the moon talks to her.
Yeah, I mean, she's a wacko.
It's a toss-up, isn't it?
The Ace and TJ Show. The Ace and TJ Show will be back in less than 3 minutes.
Ace TJ 5G presents Today in History.
Hey, it's Ace, and today in history, 17 years ago, a mom just went for a drive with her child, and the whole world went crazy. We'll give you the details next.
out of here and your box fan. We don't have space for it, sorry. We out of here. That will fit. Woo, we swagging out on this trip, y'all.
Oh, finally. Okay, we got some tables.
That's how you be like, eee. I like that. Just slide it right on in.
Who is advertising with the Ace and TJ Show?
Here at Sweet Dreams, we love to kick back and listen to our favorite podcast, TJ and Jody's House, and hear them mention all the time the awesome furniture they got from us at Sweet Dreams. And just today, we actually had a customer come and buy a whole house full of furniture because they heard us on TJ and Jody's House.
The Ace and TJ Show is radio, podcasts, video, social media, streaming, live appearances, and more. Get your company on before it's too late. Ace TJ at acetj.com or acetjmedia.com.
Is that bacon?
Oh, good morning, Sunshine. How'd you sleep on your Sweet Dreams mattress?
Fresh baked cinnamon rolls?
At Sweet Dreams Mattress and Furniture, we won't actually come to your house without your prior consent, and we would never let ourselves in. What you have just witnessed is simply a dramatization of how much we care, which is like a whole lot. Sweet Dreams Mattress and Furniture.
Sounds like a sweet deal to me.
Ace TJ 5G presents Today in History.
It was 17 years ago today, February 6th, 2006. Britney Spears was photographed illegally driving around Malibu with her infant son, Sean Preston, sitting in her lap. And everybody went wild. Now, are there more important things that happened on this day? Yes, but that one seems to be the most memorable. That's Today in History.
You're welcome to the Share Funny podcast, now live on YouTube. This is Ace TJ TV.
Family presents unfiltered, uncensored, and uninterrupted. Well, almost.
Right here. Let's go.
This is Share Funny from the Ace and TJ Show Plus.
So, Rob, you saw that knock at the back door of the cabin or whatever that movie is?
Yeah, Knock at the Cabin. Knock at the Cabin.
Knock at the Cabin.
Yeah.
M. Night Fitzgerald.
Right, yeah.
And you said it sucked?
It wasn't good. It was very okay at best.
Yeah, I told you that wasn't going to be good.
You were right.
Was it?
I can always tell.
Was it more weird than you thought?
No, it wasn't. It just didn't go anywhere. Like it, I feel like the ending, I was just like, oh, we're done? Okay, cool.
Now, does Batista's head always wrinkle up and make it look like a brain on the outside of his head? Or is that
curious about that as well?
Just for this movie?
Because I don't remember ever seeing that.
But you saw it in this one, right?
Oh, it's weird looking.
Uh-huh. His head wrinkle up, look like a brain on the outside.
Yeah, no, you said that last week. I meant to take a look. Did he used to be kind of a chubby guy?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't think he's chubby.
Well, his face looks chubby in that movie.
Yeah. I think the glasses they put on him make his head look weird.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, I could tell that movie was going to be shite.
Oh, it's shite.
I'm looking at a picture of his head when he was a wrestler, and he did. That's more pronounced now, but he did have those wrinkles on the top of his head,
like the hot dogs.
No, but I mean, it does. I mean, it wrinkles up to look like you can see his brain.
Yeah, it's weird.
Mm-hmm. But you said he was good in it, but the movie itself was shite.
Yeah, the actors were all pretty good. One of the guys from Harry Potter was in it, and he was pretty good.
Wow. Did he have a British accent?
No.
No?
No.
He is British, though, right?
He is, yep.
Yeah. I hate when they do that, taking Americans' jobs. And you didn't have to go see the Avatar one.
Yeah,
So
I couldn't because it was so long. It was gonna cut into my 3-hour time.
And how was your Magic the Gathering event? Did you gather and do magic?
I did. I gathered, and much magic was gathered.
I gathered, and much magic was gathered.
It was super fun. I enjoyed it.
How long were you there?
I was there from 2 until 8. 2 until 8.
6
hours?
Yeah, but not all of it was playing time. I was just hanging out with my friends, and we went to go get some food afterwards as well.
Yeah. That's cool.
Did you win?
I won the first 2 rounds, but then I lost the third.
So no,
not
lost.
the full thing.
So ultimately, I did not.
Then the nerd posse goes and gets like a little dinner.
Yep, we went right across the street to Freddy's. If you're familiar with that,
Yeah,
really good. It's
real
really
good.
Okay. Well, sorry you didn't like that movie.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, Batista was incredible, and it's the best acting job I've ever seen him do. So maybe he's got a good career ahead of him.
Well, it's panned out pretty good so far. He's done pretty decent for himself.
Yeah.
He was hell of a wrestler. I'll tell you that Batista bomb.
But in real life, the personality of this table. Yeah.
That's what I've heard.
I've seen him in doing these red carpet interviews for this movie, and he said, he wants to do other roles and stuff. And I know he'd asked if he was too weird looking for a rom-com. Do you think he's too much of an imposing kind of huge figure to work well in a rom-com? I mean, it's like Ashton Kutcher and those kind of guys.
And the number one rom-com guy, from classic rom-coms is Hugh Grant.
Hugh Grant. Who's the other guy?
Matthew McConaughey's done a lot of
Josh Duhamel's in that one with J-Lo that's out on Netflix now or Amazon, whatever it is.
Yeah, when you're that imposing.
Yeah.
Has The Rock ever done one? Dwayne? Has Dwayne ever done one?
I don't think so.
No.
Not a rom-com. I don't think. But yeah, he was asking, like, am I too odd looking to be in a rom-com? And I think, yeah, probably. I just don't see it.
But also on this movie, he plays a really soft-spoken guy, and it also seems weird for him, but it worked.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
But how tall is he?
Oh, he's tall.
Who, Batista? Oh, he's at least 6'6".
Yeah.
Because that day he came in the studio, he was much taller than me.
He says he's 6'4" on the internet.
But
I thought
it's
he was
hard
bigger than that by
It's
far.
hard just for the get it into the shot for a guy who's that tall, to find an actress who can measure up where it looks normal for them to kiss, and without her, just being so small and him having to reach so far down to kiss. I mean, things like that you got to take into consideration.
So I have a question for you, Ace. It says his build height is 6'6", but his actual height is 6'4". What does that mean? I assume you know because it's wrestling related.
I would assume that means they say he's 6'6".
Okay.
When they announce him, like, from wherever, standing 6'6", 350 pounds, Batista.
Oh, they make him sound bigger. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
That's like they do it with basketball players a lot. They'll say somebody's 7'2", and he's like 6'11".
That's dumb.
They should call it his lying height and his real height.
Yeah. My fake height.
But now that's got me thinking, you never see somebody who's that tall and would be that much of a difference in stature with a leading lady to be able to play that part.
Yeah.
Unless they build him as some sort of like retired, kind of what he already is, like boxer that's, trying to change. Because he does have the sense of humor. Right. He's funny in those Marvel movies. He's really funny.
There's got to be a way to make it work. And it may be his first in may be something like that, because you have to somehow explain why this person is so massive.
Big,
yeah. I wouldn't believe it if I'm watching it as a romantic comedy fan, like I am. I wouldn't buy into it.
But big guys need love too. Big guys need to be loved on.
Yeah,
they need to be. They need some rom-com action.
But usually, big guys aren't quirky, funny, like the leading man in a romantic comedy is.
Yeah, that's true.
Bumbling a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought that was interesting. He said, I really want to do a rom-com, but I think I just don't have the right look for it. I go, yeah, you're right. Never really thought about it, but it's right. And all the guys that are in rom-coms are kind of the same build, same kind of personality. It just works for those movies.
And there used to be a trend where every movie star, no matter how big and famous they were, wanted to be a singer. And they put out these terrible albums and stuff. That it's just like, just stick to doing what you want to do.
Yeah.
What you're good at doing. And so that may be what they tell. Hey, stick to these. You can play a dramatic role or a comedic role, like Dwayne Johnson played the Tooth Fairy.
Yeah.
So doesn't necessarily mean that you got to be, in a romantic comedy to do a lighter role like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember Batista did that one with that little girl where they were spies?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It wasn't it bad?
It was not good.
Oh, really?
She's like, I spy a man with no neck.
Weird head. There's nothing wrong with being an action star. I don't get it. And I know he said, I'm done. I'm glad I'm done with the Marvel movies. It's like, well, they made you very wealthy and you were well received in them. He was a standout character in those movies.
I never like when people say, when they almost, I'm done with that. I'm ready to move on. It's one thing to say, like, I'd like to do something different, but don't put down the thing that made you a superstar. Yeah, don't put down the thing that put a lot of money in your pocket and has opened all these doors for you. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I heard he just got to a point where he could not stand having to deal with the weird people that like those types of movies.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I also think it's probably a pain in the ass to get that makeup on all the time.
What did he play in those movies?
He played a character named Drax who has all green skin, so he had to get like makeup on his entire body.
Yeah.
Which probably took 3, 4, 5 hours a day.
But the character in these movies, he comes across like a total meathead, like just kind of, but then he stands out with these really funny lines. So that I think that has also played into his opinion now. Like, I want to do some, really act. And it's like, okay, Vin Diesel wanted to do that too, but it turns out no one gives a shit. Like, you're great in the Fast and Furious movie. He's, he loves telling people he's, classically trained actor. That's great. But you are Vin Diesel. You look like Vin Diesel. Yeah. And you're great in the Fast and Furious. Just embrace it. Be that guy.
Wasn't Vin Diesel's mom a ballet instructor or something like that?
Something like that. And he was trained in the School of the Arts. And yeah, I know he's another guy that's like kind of uncomfortable with his role, even though it's made him enormously wealthy and world renowned.
Yeah, but I guess it's true when they say that you get to that point where you're not having to do it for the money, so then you do want to branch out and take a chance and do something to prove yourself some other place. Because it's not like he's having to sit and go, all right, well, I really want to chase my dream of being a classically trained actor, but I got to do these movies to put money in my pockets. They get to a point where they don't have to do that, so then now they're like, okay, now let's see what I can do.
Yeah.
Whereas I would get to the point and go, all right, now I'm going off into the sunset.
Yeah.
I'm not doing any damn thing.
I think it's like anything else, though. You want to challenge yourself and do something different. When you've done something for a long time, like, let's do something different. Let's try a different type of movie. Let's see if I can do this.
Listen, every AC/DC album sounds like the last AC/DC album.
That's true, and they're very proud of that. They talk about that. But I mean, but
the Eagles plays every live show. It sounds exactly like the album.
Well, the catch is, if you're talking playing it live, you can't say it's the same thing,
son.
Because you got to play all the hits. Like
I don't know that it's keeping them up at night going, we got to do something different. I think that's bogus.
But I think if you listen to musically, they tried different things. They broke up and went and did solo things. They did their own stuff, and they still come back and they go out and they still do that thing, but they go out and do movie scores, and a couple of them that worked with Broadway plays and that type of stuff. You got to try something. They just keep coming back to the thing that makes them $1 bajillion all the time.
See,
it's like he could come back and do the next, whatever it is. What is it called that he does those movies?
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
He could go do a Guardians of the Galaxy. He could go do 2 rom-coms or whatever, and then come back and do the next Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, but if you go do 2 rom-coms and they're shite and they don't make any money, then they're going to be like, he's lost his luster. We're not putting him in Guardian of the Galaxies or whatever. Green Man is out.
Yeah. You're done, buddy.
Yeah.
I can't blame him for wanting to go try something new. Everybody wants to challenge themselves and try something different.
I don't.
Yeah, I don't want to challenge shit.
Cut the
if I got that much money, that's what I said. If I were a boxer and I'm boxing the champion and I'm getting paid, $5 million just to show up, I'd take one punch, hit the dirt, and never be seen again.
Yeah.
Give me my $5 million. I'm gonna go retire on that.
It's not your life. It's the job. It's a job. It's not. That doesn't define who you are.
Well, it does for artists, Regan.
Apparently, and I got news for you, Batista. No.
Call him Dave now, please.
Yeah, exactly. Call me Dave. Okay, Batista.
I'm too big for wrestling and Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah. I don't know. It's not. Again, it's your job, and the point of having a job is to make money. So now you got your money. Now go pursue another passion.
Get into farming.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's funny that's meant to be shared. This is the Share Funny Podcast from the Ace and TJ family.
We had this story during the regular old morning show about the seniors at the Villages retirement community in Florida, and there's a rumor going around that they tie these loofahs on their the antenna of their car or on the luggage rack on the top of the vehicle if they have that, and they have different colors that supposedly represent different things. They say that they are just ways for them to spot their car in parking lots. You know, like my in-laws have their luggage with probably three different colors.
My mom would do that with different ribbons tied on hers. There's a red ribbon and a yellow ribbon.
But the other people are saying that, like if you have a purple loofah on the roof, then that means you like to watch. A teal loofah means you swing both ways. I don't know what the other ones mean. But is that depending on how old these residents are, it could be, you know, pretty sexy.
I like to watch. Just a heads up, if you want somebody to come over and watch you from the corner.
That's what I mean. Hey, I see you got a
freak.
See, you got purple.
Yeah, come on over.
But it also proves that just when you think loofahs can't get nastier,
yeah,
they find a way.
I never thought of it that way. Just when you think the loofah couldn't get any grosser, it does.
Yeesh. Now, there's a list of the colors other than the ones we named. So white means novices and beginners. Pink is a soft swap, people who like to do it with others in the room. Blue, lowest level of full swap, those who can play well with others. Yellow is mid-level swap for those who want to have fun but are still nervous. Black is those who say, what the hell, let it all go down. And teal is the one we mentioned earlier for bisexual.
Bisexual. Black is what? It's going down.
Yeah,
like it's just like
anything goes.
Bring a gun.
Whatever.
Let's get crazy.
Whatever anybody wants to do, I'm for it. Count me in.
Let's get a bird and a gun and a swimming pool full of lube.
And go crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's weird.
But if you're going to do something so your car is more easily found in a parking lot when you come out of the store, is a loofah what you would tie to it? I mean, is that
It's called an antenna topper. They've been around for decades. Everybody knows how those work.
But they're small. So if you're an old person coming out of the store, you may not be able to see that, you know, look for the USA version of the Mickey Mouse antenna ball.
Yeah, and I just realized they probably don't have antennas on a lot of cars anymore, do they?
Yeah, a couple of them they showed. I saw pictures that had them tied like to the little luggage rack thing on the top of the car. They had them tied onto that.
I'm gonna tie you up on the luggage rack later.
But I mean, if it's a retirement community that is so well known for this type of behavior, why would they need signals like this? Why wouldn't they just, you know, be free to just talk about it with each other when you run into somebody?
I don't know. Because some people are, well, they're not cool. Well, I'll give you an example. So my parents live in a similar kind of a community, and my mom is really good friends with this woman. But the husband, my dad hates because he's apparently very, very vulgar. And he's done things at dinner parties where he said like really inappropriate things, and my dad just wanted to knock his teeth out because he didn't want it saying in front of my mom.
In front of the ladies.
Yeah. So I guess, there are some people that are more open to it and some people that are just very, very not.
But if you live in this community, that everybody talks about it being that way.
Well, I know that's got that reputation, but I don't know.
Do you think your parents, if they found out about that, would they stop being friends with someone?
I don't know.
Like if they were friendly with a couple and they had no idea and the couple never approached them or anything, but then they found out, oh, wait a minute. So our friends do this type of thing? Would they stop being friends with them?
I can't say for certain because they've definitely loosened up a little bit lately about some other things that I went, huh? Like they were talking about, they went to go see a movie last weekend and they got done. It was like $2.45. They got a senior matinee ticket price.
Yeah.
And they had such a great time in this movie. And they looked and they saw the movie The Chosen, which is about Jesus, airing they got out at 2:45. That movie started at 3. And my mom said, I asked your father. It starts in 15 minutes. No one would even know if we just went in there and watched that movie too. I'm like, so you were going to sneak into a movie about Jesus? Is that what you're saying? She goes, we weren't going to do it, but we said like no one would even notice. And I went, the fact that you're even talking about it. So we didn't do it.
So they did not do it.
No, thank God.
But I thought you were going to say they turned around and bought a ticket to that one and went into that.
That's what I thought.
Going to 2 movies in a row.
Well, they considered it, but she was like, we could get in for free. I'm like, yeah. You're going to steal a ticket? You're 65 years old. What are you talking about? Starting a life of crime? So, I mean, I guess you evolve when you move into one of those places, but no, I don't know. I don't think they're into that.
All right. If you were friends with a couple, Riggins, and then you found out they were into that, would you want to still be friends with them?
Sure.
You would? You wouldn't care?
I don't, that doesn't bother me.
Okay. Even if they were into like orgies and things? Not just swapping, but being in orgies?
Yeah, probably. I wouldn't write them off.
I would.
You would?
Mm-hmm.
No, I'd get that. What's the loofah where you can just watch? I want to see an orgy go down. It'd be crazy.
Because I wouldn't be able to think about anything else when I'm around them. I would just be looking at it, and when they're talking, I'd be zoned out and going, I wonder when the last time they were, I bet they were in an orgy earlier today before they came over for dinner.
Yeah.
That's all I'll be able to think about.
Surely you've known swingers in your circle.
Sitting there, no matter what they say, the whole time they're talking, you're staring at them thinking, bet you're in an orgy today, weren't you?
How was that orgy? How was that brunch orgy?
Before we talk about anything else, fill me in. The mini orgies today, what's going on?
No, I've never been close friends with anyone who's a swinger that I knew of, Riggins. But I'm talking about, well, I guess still swinger life is orgies.
Is that a thing?
It's a category of swinging, I guess. The orgy.
People go to orgies?
Well, they call it group sex now, I think. They do. It's always an orgy to me.
Yeah, where's the line that makes it become an orgy? I thought that means everybody's having sex with everybody, right?
It is, yeah.
Okay.
Right.
So that would be different than just swapping.
Yeah, because I picture the swapping going on in different rooms. Like you take my wife to this room, and I'm gonna take your wife into this room, and we're gonna go. But I guess they do it as well when they're in the same room. Just like 2 couples.
Yeah. I just know it stinks. I just know it. I know it stinks.
Just like, whenever I would be around them, once they told me they were into that sort of thing, that would be all I could think about. I wouldn't be able to help it. I would just try not to, but the only thing I think about is that.
Just like your thing that the only thing you think about once somebody says they're pregnant is that they
imagine the conception.
Yeah.
There was a guy in my apartment. He dated the hottest chick I have ever seen, like a normal person that's not like a porn star or anything. So hot. And he was up at all hours of the night. And then one day he came out with his girlfriend, and then 2 days later he comes out with a guy, a very effeminate young guy. And I figured it was like his brother or something. And a couple days later he was still tagging around, and I'm like, hey, who's the guy that, I was like, is that your brother or something? He goes, no, that's my boyfriend. And I went, you were dating that girl? He goes, oh yeah, we've been together for like a year. I'm like, and you're dating that guy? And he goes, yeah. Like just as casual as that.
Yeah.
I thought, oh my God, does she know about the boyfriend? That's what I wanted to know.
You didn't ask?
No.
I bet she does.
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
She was so hot. He was okay. I mean, he was like a normal looking guy. But
was the other guy attractive? The boyfriend?
Yeah, he was all right. I don't remember. It didn't.
So she was by far of the three of them. She was by far the hottest.
Without question.
Okay.
It's like hot Hispanic girl.
So wasn't there a rumor of some productions going on in an apartment building you lived in one time?
I know for a fact there was.
Oh.
I saw the.
Didn't it make the news or something?
I don't know that it was in the news, but I had heard about, or somebody told me they had seen a crew from a very well-known adult content creator site. And I said, there's no way. And they said they had rented an Airbnb or something in my building. And then sure enough, like the next day, they came through, like a crew with like a guy with a boom and a camera guy, and they all had branded shirts. There was like 3 guys. I didn't see the people who were going to be the actors, I guess, but they were definitely a crew from a very well-known, probably the most well-known.
Ugh.
And I was dying.
Just wearing that around.
Yeah, I was. But then I was dying. I was searching that site every day after that. I said, I can't wait to see and figure out where.
Just to find out what has been filmed in this building.
Yeah, was it like on my floor or something like that? I don't think it was, but I never found it.
Did they put an end to doing Airbnbs in your building after that?
I don't know.
And everybody
No,
found out?
I don't think so.
Because I know when we lived at Uptown 550, you couldn't do that.
I mean, they say when you're not, it breaks your lease or whatever. I'm like, I didn't stop anybody.
Yeah.
They got a whole movie set up there.
Have y'all ever rented an Airbnb from someone, and then once you got there, then they were going to meet you to check in or whatever, you figured out, hey, I don't think they're supposed to be doing this? We've done that before. We
Really?
rented a place,
Yeah, I've never
and it was
met anybody
I
renting
know,
a
and that
place.
was one of the things that gave it away. It's like, I'll meet you over there. I live right across the street. I'll meet you at the apartment. Condo thing. And she came over, and she was letting us in the gate, and this is the key, and if you need anything, I'm right over there.
Got it.
That's funny, though, yeah, because I've thought about that when you said it. Well, I've never met anybody. All the Airbnbs that I've rented, I've never had to meet somebody like that.
They're in every big apartment now, Airbnbs, and every lease that you sign says, this will break your lease, and people don't care.
Yeah. And she may have even, don't they tell people that this is my family that's using the place while I'm gone?
Sure.
Yeah.
But to have a whole pornography filmed in your apartment takes another level of guts.
That's how you know you've made it.
Yeah. I don't want to go back in that apartment. I don't want to live in that apartment now. You filmed a
I know, that's
nasty, heaven knows, whatever it is.
Here's an interesting, I won't say who this is from, but it says, I knew 2 different couples that were swingers. I used to hang out with one couple almost every weekend back in my 20s, and I never knew it until I started bringing a new girl around the group, and the wife started flirting with me and tried to kiss me, and that's when I found out what they were about. I slowly distanced myself from the parties, LOL. And I have a friend right now that's in an open marriage, but the wife gets, all caps, way more action than him. So I don't know how that works. Should it
that's
be even?
generally how it works.
He's like, this sucks.
Yeah, but I mean, can you see Jody just being okay with hanging out with a swinging couple?
No.
Hey, whatever they do is their own business. It wouldn't be the way she would handle it, I don't think.
Just seeing her in that pool hall over the weekend was enough to me. If you missed that, that was a great one.
I thought the hat was a great touch, though.
Yeah, I mean, there was no Winter White Cosmo to be had in that pool hall.
That is true.
Share funny from the Ace and TJ family. More next.
You're watching the Share Funny podcast live on YouTube. We'll be back in 3 minutes.
Whether you are buying or selling a home, Chambers & Associates Realty team is here to help. Because this is what they do. They are experts, they are experienced, and they know what you need to get through this process easily. Again, whether you're buying or selling, call them 704-439-6232. 704-439-6232, or visit them online at lkncharlottehomes.com. That's lkncharlottehomes.com.
If you have a business and you want to take your advertisements to the next level, then you need to be using Ace TJ Media. You want the most creative content for digital, video, and audio? It's all at Ace TJ Media. Go to acetjmedia.com.
Who is advertising with the Ace and TJ Show?
Here at Sweet Dreams, we love to kick back and listen to our favorite podcast, TJ and Jody's House, and hear them mention all the time the awesome furniture they got from us at Sweet Dreams. And just today, we actually had a customer come and buy a whole house full of furniture because they heard us on TJ and Jody's House.
The Ace and TJ Show is radio, podcasts, video, social media, streaming, live appearances, and more. Get your company on before it's too late. Ace TJ at acetj.com or acetjmedia.com.
Welcome back to the Share Funny Podcast on Ace TJ TV.
Hey, it's funny you'll share. The Ace and TJ family presents the Share Funny Podcast from the Ace and TJ Show.
There's a story in the news today. It's a first in the medical world. They're saying this is the first they've ever heard of this happening in this situation. It is a cancer patient, prostate cancer, and he developed foreign accent syndrome. And they say usually foreign accent syndrome is developed after some sort of a brain injury or a stroke. And that's where a person who just wakes up or all of a sudden starts speaking in a foreign accent. And it's a real condition. It's almost unbelievable to think about it, but like this guy has never been to Ireland, never visited Ireland in any way, never spoken with an Irish accent, but he just all of a sudden developed a perfect Irish accent. So he started doing that. And it makes me wonder, of all of these cases that we've had of this, has there ever been a non-white person develop this condition? Like, is there ever a black patient who's had a stroke or something and starts speaking with an Irish accent or a British accent or Australian or anything? I've never heard of that.
It's always white.
Yeah, and are there any other accents? Do even the white patients wake up and instead of speaking Irish, Australian, or British accents, they're speaking with a Cuban accent?
No. It's a good way to get your ass kicked. Again, go back to the hospital. I didn't think about that. Like, holy crap.
Yeah, so some guy who has a stroke and a patient wakes up and then all of a sudden he's speaking like Scarface.
Yeah. Yeah, you do that in the wrong neighborhood.
All I've ever seen are white patients speaking other white foreign accents.
It's true. Yeah. It's a disease. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Or you get a black guy that wakes up from the stroke and he's speaking like Mel Gibson and what is that movie where he's the warrior?
Braveheart.
Braveheart, yes. Yeah.
There
He's
is
talking like Braveheart. That would be funny.
This is from 2018. There is a black lady in Arizona. 2 years ago, she went to bed with a severe headache. The next morning, she woke up speaking with a British accent, and it hasn't gone away.
Huh.
So there, I guess, that is the case sometimes.
Me Ed was at.
Yeah, that's crazy. I never really thought about that.
Yeah, this lady's had it 3 different times, speaking once with an Australian accent, once with an Irish accent, and then with a British accent. And the British accent has stayed longer than anything else.
But again, why is nobody waking up with a foreign accent that's not white?
Yeah, right. I don't know.
Is it only the English-speaking countries that people would do?
Has to be. There's no way that's just not possible to be able to learn an entire language.
No. But the accent part of it. So it's like a say you wake up and you've got George Lopez's accent. When he's speaking English. Or like I said, you know, Al Pacino's accent from Scarface.
Say hello.
Say hello to my love.
I cannot help it.
Wouldn't that be hilarious?
Yeah. But it's also, it can also get you in trouble.
Yeah, I mean, so say you're a 74-year-old white guy. You have a stroke, and then you wake up one day, and you're calling people fool.
Yeah, exactly.
Why am I in the hospital, fool?
Orale.
I'm like, careful,
Holmes.
Careful.
Hey, Holmes, you come in here, I'm going to kick your ass, man. That kind of makes me think that it may not be real.
Yeah. It's always the accent that's not going to get your butt whipped. Yeah, I don't believe this either.
You don't believe it
No,
exists?
I don't. I've never believed that. There's just no way.
Aren't there ones where
What do
people?
you mean? How is there no way that it would exist?
I think it's made
They're
up.
faking it.
Yeah, they're faking
Yeah,
it.
and they're doing it for,
Yeah, you don't.
like, have there been real doctors that
Yeah.
have gone on TV talking about it and stuff?
Yes.
I know it's not accent wise, but like, isn't there ones where people wake up, speak different languages in general, like not just English?
Yeah. That woman, there was a woman that was just speaking a whole different language, supposedly. Spanish or something.
Explain that one, Riggins.
Exactly. You can't. So that's what makes me think it's fake. I don't believe it. It would be funny though.
And yeah, nobody ever wakes up speaking with an Indian accent.
Yeah.
Or a Middle Eastern accent of any kind.
Mm-mm.
Nobody is, in Montana having a stroke and waking up and talking like a Jewish person from the Bronx.
Right.
It could be any accent. Why is it somebody not waking up, in New York and they had a stroke or a knock on the head and now they've got a Southern accent, a really thick Southern accent.
You never heard that one either.
And that's just as feasible as speaking with an Irish accent or a Scottish brogue.
That'd be awesome, though. If some British guy woke up and, what y'all doing?
Hi, y'all.
Hi, y'all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Does it happen over there?
What
Do
y'all
they
wanna
wake
do,
up
man?
with American accents?
Yeah, it's always American people.
Went to bed with a daggum headache.
Mm-hmm. That's what I want to see.
Yeah.
I want to see one of those plain Jane British people wake up and be, talking like country folk in U.S. America.
We're going to see the Queen.
They'd probably kick them out of the country.
Yeah.
They'd probably say, you got to be locked up. You can't be around regular people speaking like that. So these are the questions that I have that lead me to believe that it's not real.
Yeah, I'm not on board.
Y'all don't have open minds.
Mm-mm.
Just don't understand how it's not real.
Because they only choose those accents to
There
speak.
has to be a reason. And we don't know that. They could have all kinds of stuff out there. They could have a lot of British people that speak with American accents when they wake up.
If you think that wouldn't make front page across the world, if there were those cases, we'd know about them. If some, if a guy in Puerto Rico woke up speaking like damn crocodile hunter,
Crocky,
we'd know about that instantly.
Yep.
So it's a farce.
I do think so.
Now, the ones that they have had and they've shown video of them and all, their accents are pretty dead on. You know, they don't seem like they're, just terrible fake accents. They seem pretty authentic. But again, why are none of them cases where they would be considered to be culturally appropriating somebody?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I mean, they can't help it. They're not culturally appropriating if their brain suddenly does that. They can't help that.
But no, I'm saying nobody's going to give them any grief for pretending to be Irish, or Scottish, or Australian, any of the white foreign accents. But if Reggie Glenn has a stroke in Jonesboro, Louisiana, and he wakes up and he's got a thick Indian accent,
it's going down.
It's going to be a problem.
Yeah,
that's true.
So
Very true.
They need to come interview me on that. Stop talking to these quacks.
Right. Get a real expert.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, miss any part of Share Funny? Subscribe to the podcast on all major podcast platforms. More Share Funny coming up.
You're watching the Share Funny podcast live on YouTube. We'll be back in 3 minutes.
Whether you are buying or selling a home, Chambers and Associates Realty team is here to help. Because this is what they do. They are experts, they are experienced, and they know what you need to get through this process easily. Again, whether you're buying or selling, call them 704-439-6232, 704-439-6232, or visit them online at lkncharlottehomes.com. That's lkncharlottehomes.com.
If you have a business and you want to take your advertisements to the next level, then you need to be using Ace TJ Media. You want the most creative content for digital, video, and audio? It's all at Ace TJ Media. Go to acetjmedia.com.
Who is advertising with the Ace and TJ Show?
Here at Sweet Dreams, we love to kick back and listen to our favorite podcast, TJ and Jody's House, and hear them mention all the time the awesome furniture they got from us at Sweet Dreams. And just today, we actually had a customer come and buy a whole house full of furniture because they heard us on TJ and Jody's House.
The Ace and TJ Show is radio, podcasts, video, social media, streaming, live appearances, and more. Get your company on before it's too late. Ace TJ at acetj.com or acetjmedia.com.
Welcome back to the Share Funny podcast on Ace TJ TV.
Search Share Funny and get more. Now more Share Funny from the Ace and TJ family.
Somebody said, we were talking about the swinging earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody said there were two couples in our old neighborhood that were swingers. Both couples ended up getting divorced and then married the other spouse. So they split up and
They
then
just
swapped forever. My forever swap.
I found my forever swap. Of course they did. I mean, come on. Obviously.
Riggins, do you picture swingers, swappers like that being better looking than people who are nudists?
Ooh, good question.
Or do you picture them being the same?
Ooh. I don't know. They're the only swingers I've seen are always gross. Sorry. The ones I've seen, I don't know. And the nudists I've always seen are pretty gross too.
They're typically old people.
Older. Yeah, and not anybody you'd really, want to see naked. I don't know. I don't know which one's uglier.
Ace, do you picture one being more attractive than the other, the nudist versus the swinger?
Not much, but I don't know people who've been swingers. Like, I don't know for a fact people who've been swingers. So I have to tend to think the swingers would be more attractive because maybe they would be younger. Because nudists, as we talked about before, all the nudists seem to be old people who aren't that hot.
Yeah, I guess you can give the edge to the swingers. Yeah,
I would. Thing. I don't know by how much, but I would give the edge to the swingers because I'm just not familiar with that.
I saw a story because I love keeping up with news out of Spain. It's one of my favorite things.
Right.
But it's a story of a guy who's had to go to court because he's a nudist and he rides his bicycle naked. And people can see him doing that, and he's been arrested. And also, finally, the court said that he is allowed to ride his bicycle naked through the area that he rides,
even though it's technically a violation of the law.
Well, it may not be a violation of the law. It's in Spain, so I don't know what their constitution says. But I think if it's somebody, and he's a young guy. That was my point. He's a young guy, and in shape. But if it's somebody who's that dead set on having to be naked in order to be able to do something like that, ride his bicycle, he need to go to the hospital. That's a mental hang up that needs to be treated.
Yeah.
Put some clothes on, then get on your bicycle.
Yeah.
And just because that's the way you live doesn't mean that it's acceptable to the community, which,
Yeah,
you still have to be a part of the community and abide by the community laws and restrictions.
Yeah, there's a problem in the world now where people are in favor of forcing the public to indulge in your fetish.
Yeah.
If it's your fetish to ride around on a bicycle naked, then have at it. When you own the land and you're away from everybody now, but why force the public to be a part of your fetish and accept it?
Now, he'll say it's not sexual at all.
Right.
As a lot of nudists do.
Mm-hmm. But still, I mean, if it's that important to him where he's having to, drag all through court and everything,
yeah,
and he just wants to ride a bicycle naked, he need to go to the hospital.
Yeah, I agree.
Anybody who wants to ride a bicycle just barefoot needs to go to the hospital.
If you're older than 8, it's weird. That would be the one time I would put on shorts.
Yeah.
If I was a nudist, I'd be like, well, before I get on my bike, I'm sweating and it's not a ideal.
It only makes sense that it would be more comfortable wearing clothes than not wearing clothes
That'd be
on
like
a bicycle.
The one time I put on pants or something.
Yeah.
What about those old dudes that end up in the news because they're mowing their yard naked?
Again,
that'd be the worst, I would think.
Yeah, I don't.
It's dangerous.
They got on safety glasses and earplugs,
and shoes.
that's it.
Yeah, you can't do that.
It's just weird.
And you have to be a part of your community.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you want to be naked in your backyard, fine. Put up a privacy fence.
But that doesn't give them what they're looking for in all these cases. They want to be seen. It's part of it. Now, a lot of them don't. A lot of them just want, to watch. For them, it's like riding a motorcycle with no helmet. It's freedom.
Yeah.
But the others can't just stick to that. They want to make sure that people see them and that they're doing something that is just for them. It's, it's my right to do this and have people look at me. You shouldn't be able to escape my thrill. It's my thrill to go around naked, and you shouldn't be able to escape it because that's offensive and oppressive. So, I mean, look, I think people need to just start saying what needs to be said. And that is, if you are a nudist and you want, to be able to be free in more public situations or in your backyard where all the neighbors can see and all that, then you need to be better looking.
Yeah.
People would have a much easier time with your nakedness if you weren't gross.
Valid point.
As a matter of fact, I think that's the way the law is written, for decency laws and all. You're much more indecent if you're ugly. And you'll do more time.
The Share Funny Podcast is a production of the Ace and TJ family. To get more Ace and TJ 24/7, download the Ace and TJ app. Just search for Ace and TJ in your app store.
Thanks for watching the Ace and TJ Show on Ace TJ TV. All material copyright ATJ Incorporated, a JT Media Live production 2022.